Okay, everybody, give me 1 second here. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello. We're transitioning over right now. All right, here we are.
Woohoo!
We're doing it.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Woo!
Okay, gonna turn that down because Jesus Christ. Oh no, we're in and out with Simone. We're Joy.
It keeps crashing. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, it's okay. Well, are you on
Oh,
now?
no.
You should be. Yeah, there you are. Okay, you're good. You're good. You're
Okay.
good. Hopefully, we get it all out of the way right now. But welcome everybody to our first Threads of Fate live stream.
Woohoo!
This is exciting.
Yay.
So I guess we'll just go around the table and do introductions real quick. My name's Quinn Sullivan. I've been a dungeon master for short of 2 years now. I've played Pathfinder, a little bit of 3.5, Star Wars, the Fantasy Flight games, briefly, and of course 5th edition. That's the one I got into and that I fell in love with. And Curse of Strahd is the first campaign I ever DM'd. So this is going to be interesting. It's kind of fun to get back into the realm and sort of twist it up a bit. This isn't like the normal Strahd that you're going to be used to seeing, and who knows, you may not even see him today. But I think for those who know the module, they'll be familiar with certain things as we get into it. So I guess we'll go around the block and Noakes, why don't you describe yourself and your character?
Okay. I'm Matt, and I've been playing D&D off and on since I was 14. So that's a very long time because I'm old. And I totally skipped over 3rd and 4th edition. It just kind of happened that way. So, but I love 5th edition, and I'm really excited to be playing here with some of my friends and some people I really care about. And yeah, so my character is Noakes. He is a dwarf dragonborn cleric, war cleric. Really, technically, he's a kobold. Technically, he would be an erd because he does have wings. But he was abandoned by his compatriots or his people, and when he found his spirituality, he decided to call himself Dragonborn, and that's who he is. So, yeah, he's optimistic. He's been seeking salvation his whole life. Growing up around a bunch of dark, evil little bastards. So yeah, that's Noakes.
All right, awesome. And I guess we should have gone ladies first, but Joy, why don't you describe your character?
Hi.
My mother would have slapped me if I didn't do that. So.
Are you calling me a lady now?
Joy.
I'm Joy. I have been playing D&D for since 2nd edition when I was in middle school. This is my first 5th edition game.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm going to be playing Simone. She is an Earth Genasi druid, neither of which I've ever played before either. I'm just trying all new stuff. She was raised basically as a farmer. She's never really been outside in the world. She believes in the good in everybody, etc. She's just heart of gold, kind of person.
All right, that's cool. All right, that's awesome. She's actually probably one of my favorite characters, and you could read all the backstories on Michael's blog, which is called, what is it called?
DnDurkin.com.
DnDurkin.com. And why don't you describe yourself and then your character?
Sure. So I'm Mike. I go oftentimes online by Durkin, hence the blog name. But I've been playing D&D for probably a good 15 years since I was like 13. So a long time as well. I am playing Vathras Alvarian, who is a Drow vengeance paladin. Uh, Basically, everybody has their inner demons. He literally has an inner demon. So basically, he became a paladin to try and combat this evil inside of him because he was saved from it by a deity that he's still trying to figure out really who it is. So it's kind of an adventure of self-discovery for him.
Okay, all right, and he's kind of like an interesting paladin too, because he's not your typically like heavy-plated, like I'm gonna fuck everything up and charge in the corner.
Oh no, his strength is 8. He's a dex paladin.
He's a dex paladin, which I've never seen in D&D before. When he put that up, he's like, "Yeah, I'm a dual wielder." I'm like, "Huh, all right,
Okay.
that's cool."
My strength is an 8.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
really confused. I was like, "All right, cool." And the one with the cat going on in the background.
Way to bring attention to me, buddy. All right. Well, for people who don't know, I'm Shrieky. I am on the Thread Raider podcast with Captain Sugar Bear and Grifolian, and I've been playing D&D roughly since early high school. I think was my first game. I've only ever played 3.5 edition. This will be my first 5th edition, so please be patient with me. And yeah, I love gaming from anywhere from tabletop to video games to just about anything. Horrible about talking about myself, nervous as hell, but here I am, and I hope you all like what I have. I have for you today my rogue assassin, Malkasha. She is your typical rogue in the sense especially that she prefers to take things rather than buy them. She has an affinity to kind of just follow her own whims. And we'll just leave it at that.
And we should also mention both of those characters are Drow.
Yes, sorry.
They recently have found themselves on the surface world and grew up in Menzo Baranzan. And if you read the backstories on Durkin's blog, you could see some interesting inlays about how they all kind of met up together and how everything sort of came through. And then finally, we'll go to our Aasimar samurai fighter from Mulan. Adam, why don't you describe yourself and then your character?
Hi, I'm Adam. I have probably the least amount of gaming experience here. I've been only doing like D&D stuff for about 5-6 years, probably like 4 years with all like regularity. I learned on 3.5 and I did that for about 4 sessions because the group I was playing with lived like 3 hours away. But then I picked up Pathfinder, which I freaking love. And recently I've been playing 5th edition. So yeah, I'm going to be playing Kayan, the Aasimar who doesn't know he's an Aasimar, samurai who grew up amid the unification wars of Mulan. His house, the house that he served, got destroyed, and all of the samurai were forced to serve the house that had conquered them. The guy who ruled that house was an asshole, so pretty much everybody who had any sort of honor left. And he had been pretty much wandering around trying to get as far as possible from his homeland, wandered into Faerun, and ended up finding Hoar, who kind of gave him a purpose of reclaiming his honor and dealing out justice and retribution. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, it absolutely is. All right, I think with that, we'll just get started.
Woohoo!
All right.
Let's do it.
And like Michael, you weren't here earlier, but like I said for the guys who were, and the audio is going to be a little bit choppy for the players, just a little bit. We're going to work on it later this week. I'm going to try and get it solid. But for the people in the stream, it's going to sound just fine. Don't worry about it. They'll use their imagination. You guys will be fine. Oh, and also,
D&D.
Yeah. At the very end of the stream and during the breaks, we'll thank you guys for follows, and all that stuff. But for right now, we're turning off notifications. We're not going to be really too active in chat. I asked the players not to go in to chat and like see what's going on, but I know people are human. And so we may be a little more active in chat than usual, but at the end of the stream, we'll thank people for follows, hosts, all of that stuff. And of course, to everybody who's watching, like if you could do us a real favor and like tweet, Facebook share, all of that stuff, what's going on inside the stream, would be greatly appreciated. But like I said, now let's just get started with Curse of Strahd. All right. Threads of Fate. You find yourself on the Sword Coast of Faerun. The year is 332, and you've all come together to the town of Yatar and traveled your way here to find that the town is under the curse, let's say, of an evil succubus that has been taking all of the younger males of the town and kind of submitting them to her will. And as you kind of saw this tragedy that was happening throughout the village, throughout the town, you decided to act up against it without a lot of reward, without a lot of things that were going on, and decided, some of you, this is a good test of my prowess in martial combat, some of you saying this is the right thing to do, and some of you saying they might pay me later. And after that, you drove your way into the succubus's lair, discovering where it was through multiple interrogations and multiple interviews and investigations, and found yourself in a cavern where she was not alone. She had a band of cultists behind her, and through the massive battle, you were dealt bloody blows and tremendous injuries, but at the very end, you have all survived, barely by the inch of your tongue, and with our Earth Genasi druid transforming into a giant badger and sinking the killing blow into the jugular of the succubus's neck, all her like falling down. And Simone, you remember the taste of iron in her blood. You come back, some of you impressed with what your newfound friend was able to do. Some of you saying, I could have done better. But now the town is in celebration. You've done the appropriate things as they laid out this festival before you. You've shaken hands with old people. You've kissed babies. You've done the proper hero thing. And now you find yourself with the younger, more active generation of the town of Yatar in a brothel, also a very popular tavern for, it has good liquor, it has good food. But it's known as the King's Secret. And as you come into this town, it becomes late at night. And you so happen to notice that the bard troop of halflings, I should say rather, notice Halfling's camp has also made their way into town. Which isn't surprising because Yatar lays on the Desserin River of the Sword Coast, which is the river that just breaches the ocean right before Waterdeep. So it's a major tradeway. So adventurers and merchants come all the way down Yatar and find themselves here. It's not a bustling metropolitan or metropolis, but it certainly has its fair number of people who come through here. And as you notice this in the tavern, the ale is warm and inviting. The stone hearth of this tavern is roaring with fire as chimney crawls up the pillar rather. And you notice that when you're here, it's very much like a Mos Eisley cantina of races. You see half-orc, dwarf, human, elf, half-elf, aquatic elf, and tieflings, and gnomes, and all various sorts of people, not only from Faerun, but also from other areas throughout the entire world of Torel. But however, the only two drow that you notice are your own drow compatriots. Vathris and Malkacha, rather. And as this environment sort of is really bustling and happening, and people are having a good time, you find yourself, Vathris, sitting at the bar, writing into your journal, as a high elven courtesan comes up to you, and she gently, gracefully touches your inner leg with her pinky and says to you, "I've only ever seen one other of your kind before. It's so nice to meet one of you. Tell me, how long did it take you to get here?"
Here being the surface, or here? How?
Here you are. I don't want to know about the surface, but you did escape the Underdark. Was it an escape, or was it more of a, I'm just going to leave?
Well, you seem like a very nice lady, but I want to let you know that I'm not really interested in your services, so maybe it would be better if you flirted with someone else.
I was actually just interested in you, but okay, very well. And she gets up and she walks away. And Kayan, Malkacha, Simone, and Noak, so you find yourself sort of in a corner table away from the celebration that's in your honor, not really partaking in any of the, celebration that's happening. However, Rose, the halfling owner of the King's Secret, comes up to your table. She has red curly hair that kind of goes down to her shoulders. She comes up to you and she says, "Well, your friend over there is a bit of a dolt, but can I get you any of you drinks? You want a tea? I know that, Mulan boy. This is such a precarious group, but thank you for going on our town. The drinks are free. Everything's in your name, so if you really want, just let us know what you can have, and we'll get it for you on the house." Tea? All right. What kind would you like? We have oolong, green.
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 Fine.
All right. And what about you, Dragonborn? And she's really perturbed, like yeah, Dragonborn. By the look of you, and she's like, yeah, whatever.
Well, I'll take water. Water's fine.
Water. Okay, Dragonborn knows water. And she kind of gives you a wink, well, let's see. Roll a deception check for me.
Okay. That's 11 plus 6 is 17.
She totally believes it. She's like, "Oh, God's bless you. All right, I'll get you a water then." And what about you, my ladies?
Well, I wouldn't mind an ale if, you can get it quick
An
enough.
ale? Sure, of course. All right, we have the finest dwarven in the back. And what about you?
Mead would be fine, thank you.
Mead. Ale, mead, green tea, water. Got it. And she goes over to receive your drinks. Vathris, what do you do from here? Do you walk back to your party?
So for probably the next couple minutes, I'm going to be finishing my journal entry before I join everybody else. I will probably be joining them roughly around the time when their drinks get back.
Okay. A couple minutes pass by, and you all kind of are just sitting there and talking about the previous quest, being like, "Shit, she turned. Could you do that often?" and that sort of thing. And around this time, a few minutes passes, and Rose comes back, and she's like, "All right now, all right." My bad. Sorry. The service here. We're a little short-staffed at the moment. We usually have strapping lads to help us with the kegs in the back, but the clerics and priests are recovering them, and soon enough they'll be back into business. Here.
He likes milk.
Oh no, I already have it here on the table. So I see the tea and brings it back your drinks accordingly. And as she does, she's like, "Oh, all right then." She kind of stucks the miniature table, that miniature tray underneath her, and she's like, "Back to work. Like I said, the drinks are on the house, but if you want company for the night, that's not. These girls work hard. You're gonna pay them well." And she rocks off. "And the boys," as she sits off. And about that time, Vathris starts walking over back to your table, and you guys are together, and so you're free to talk about what you want for the meantime.
So why are we celebrating in a brothel?
Why not?
Overworlders are strange.
It's as good a place as any, and I don't really think that at this point they're celebrating us anymore. It was quite taxing on their town.
Indeed.
Surprised that not every single citizen is here tonight.
Well, those who can still walk.
Vathis kind of looks around
yeah.
and he's like, I'm not sure there's anyone missing. This place is pretty full.
It is indeed. It's pretty busy.
And you do notice, like, it is like I said in the village. A lot of the town's younger folk who are here. It just happens to be the largest tavern in town. And as you guys are discussing amongst yourself, a young man who sort of led you on to what was going on in the village comes up to you right now and he says, right, so good to see you all again. Cain, Nox, correct? The Dragonborn.
Nox.
Forgive me.
Thank you.
Simone, Bathris, and Makacha, I believe. All right. Once again, I just want to thank you for everything that you've done for the town. If it wasn't for you, my older brother would be quite dead, I believe. And you look about him, and he's probably about 19 years old, very mature for his age. You feel like he kind of has the look of somebody who has like the weight of the world on his shoulders. He has, his brown hair is kind of thinning, but it's not fully there yet. He has like a scruffy kind of like patched in beard. But as is most with peasants, he's very well built. And he kind of comes up to you, he's like, I talked about amongst the rest of the villagers who are here, and we were able to get something together for you for your deeds. Here, and he throws down a small pouch onto the table, and then you hear the clinking of coin onto the wood. And you open it up, and it's about 10 gold pieces, 30 silver, and about 50 copper. It's not much, like I said, but Quaverlos, the equestrian, said he also got each and every one of you horses for your journey as well.
That's very generous of him.
Yes. And Rose kind of was like, "What are you doing over there, Wilbur?" And then she's like, "I'm just rewarding them for what they did for our village." She's like, "Are you now? Throw in another 10 gold from me." And she's like, he looks over, he's like, "Are you sure? Are you sure, Rose?" She's like, I'd be long out of business if it wasn't for these folk. A succubus in town isn't good for a brothel. she kind of opens up a bulge. Her little halfling stubs kind of walk her way over. She's like, "Here you go." And just throws out 10 gold like it's nothing.
Yeah. Really
Thank
not
you.
good for a brothel.
She's like, "If you ever need anything, you let Rose know. She knows her way about these parts." And she walks her way back. "Well, I guess you have 20 gold pieces then." It's very generous of her. If you don't mind, enjoy the celebration. I hope you ate well. I hope you drink well. And but as of right now, I'm gonna go see if my yes.
Before he leaves, Vathris does grab from one of the coin purses 1 gold and hands it back to the man, and he goes, "You seem like someone who's been through a lot. This could probably aid you more than us right now."
Whoa. You're not speaking for the whole group here.
It's from my share, Malkacha.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So greedy.
He is a drow.
I'll thank you for your generosity. Didn't expect that of your kind, to be honest. I guess that's a shame on me. Thank you. And he takes the gold coin, and like I said, I bid all of you a good evening. And he walks away out of the tavern in brothel. And you're left to the vicinities, and one of the other townsfolk comes up to you. He's like, "So, I just wanted to say, I wanted to thank you we're going, and just doing what she did for the city. It hasn't been easy. And one of the other guys is like, okay, now.
Simone pats him on the arm.
Thank you. And as he's like, all right now, and as he like works his way out, you can see him go, and he's like, all right, now we're going outside. And he already darting off. He's like, right, okay. I saw my brother page you. I'm the younger, the older. Our older brother's the one who got caught up, the one you freed. But I heard some adventurers over there talking about something happening in Graxelguth. The king over there is hiring expeditionary forces to go into the Underdark for something. So if you're looking for more, work, I think you can really find your way up there.
I think any of you overworlders should think twice before venturing down there.
Well, trust me, I didn't grow up there, but I spent some time in the dwarf city, and they do. So that's why they're hiring adventurers, not sending their own.
I don't want to go back there.
I agree, Noakes.
Well,
It's a city place.
I'm gonna go make sure that he is not passed out in mud and pig shit. So I'll
Probably for the best.
Yeah. And he
Take care.
It might be worth it just to see why the king is sending them, if nothing else.
Have you ever been in the Underdark?
I don't believe I ever got that far down.
I would like you to tell me the worst possible thing you can imagine.
Watching your entire house get slaughtered before your eyes?
Now imagine that happening in pitch darkness. It's much worse.
That's how it happened.
Oh, well, okay, I guess you're ready. All right. This guy's okay.
All right, let's not compare whose life was worse. All right.
And as you guys are sitting here discussing about what adventure to take next, the door suddenly swings open and a hush falls over the room. And you notice that outside the door, a heavy mist has started to come in. Framed by the lamplit fog, a form strides through the doorway. His heavy boots, footfalls, and the jingle of his coins shatter the silence. His brightly colored clothes are draped in loose folds about him, and his hat hangs askew, hiding his eyes in shadow. Without hesitation, he walks up to the bar. On the wooden panels, all you hear is that coin clinking and the fireplace roaring, as all the tavern's eyes, and even the brothel's members' eyes, are on this man. He gets to the bar. He lifts his coin purse, and it's about 3 times the size of yours, and he just puts it on. He says, "Well, what are we looking around for? Drinks for everybody!" And all of a sudden, just cheers erupt. The bard music begins playing again. Discussion just comes amongst the entire crowd, and everyone's having a good time. And he mentions, "Your finest liquor." For everyone, I say, yes, of course. And he kind of sits there a little bit. Just stands, and he's talking to the halfling Rose. And just kind of like... And Malkacha, you can read lips, can't you? Malkacha? Oh no, did we lose her?
We may have.
Oh no.
Yeah, she looks frozen.
Yep.
Or she's very good at being still.
She's really trying to read the lips.
A serious face. It's all right. We planned for this. But she kind of looks over and she's like, "They're. I think they're talking about us."
Right here.
Okay, Malkacha, like I said, you can read lips, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so you look over to the bar and you see Rose the kind of like man full of swagger. You can't really read his lips. His head is, his back is towards you. And but the halfling's like, oh, yeah, right, okay, yeah. I mean, they're just right over there. And she points over to you, and the man kind of like looks over, and gives her a little bow. He takes off his hat, and what you notice is an older gentleman with a mustache and sideburns that kind of feature in a handlebar sort of way. The chin is cleanly shaven, and he's just white-haired, balding on top, and the hair just kind of comes away in like a froey Einstein father like monk sort of way, but the hair goes out this way, and he comes up to you and he takes, as he removes the hat, as I just described, he's like, my friends, you're the one who rid us down of the fiend, no? You're the ones who got rid of the devils and demons and everything that was here, right? Yeah, that is you.
As he walks up, is he armed?
Make a perception check.
Natural 20.
You notice at least a small dagger kind of shoving off from his side. Yeah. He's like, yeah, you are them, right? You are the... Good.
Yes. Who are you?
Oh, forgive me. My name is Rictavio. Introductions were annoyed. I'm so rude sometimes. Forgive me. I was going to say let me buy your drinks, but from what I understand, the drinks here are free for you tonight. I just paid for everybody else's. And he kind of looks around, and he kind of says to you, he's like, your company is... I did not get the name of it. What was the name of your party?
We're called the Threads of Fate.
Right. I have introduced myself, but you have not introduced yourself, so... you there, little kobold, what's your name?
Well,
Excuse me,
first off,
that is not a kobold.
Okay. He kind of looks to you, he looks to Vathras, looks to you, he's like... very smart. Very smart. Okay, what do I call you then? What is the inculpation?
you can call me Noakes.
Noakes, I like him. This one has strength in him, I see it. Noakes, and to you, I've never seen one of your kind before. And he's pointing to you, Simone. He's like, interesting, how interesting. I believe legends and myths and everything that I have read. You must be a Genasi, but this cannot be. That would be absurd.
I am, sir. My name is Simone.
Truly. Wow. Okay. Wow. An honor to meet one of your kind.
Could we buy you a drink? You seem a little nervous.
Roll an intimidation check.
Alright. It just sounds like I'm trying to intimidate him. I'm really just trying to be nice.
I got a 21 total.
21 total.
Yes.
My friend, I have nothing to be nervous about. I come offering you employment. My fierceness finished introductions. However, I am less nervous and more fascinated about this. The birth of a Genasi usually means not good times ahead, if you understand. And when not good times come ahead, it's good business for me, actually. I run a carnival, I run a circus, I run wonderments and amazements for all the boys and girls of all the world to see, and also for those to escape their own morbid realities, of course. But let us finish introductions. You, man from Mulan, I must take it.
Kayan. So,
Kayan. Very interesting name. Tell me, are you one of the warriors they call Shogun or Samurai over there?
you could say that, yes.
Good. And you two, Dark Elves, what is your name? And he seems really comfortable with like the sight of you two. It's really weird.
My name is Melkasha.
Gotcha.
Well, my name's Melkasha. And my friends call me Mal, so you can call me Melkasha.
Hopefully, I have the honor one day of calling you Mal.
It might happen.
Hopefully, a lot of things will happen. Wow. And he looks to you. He's like, "And your name?"
I'm sorry, you're not my type.
Very well, very well, very well.
Bathurst's hand goes instinctively to his hip at his short sword. He doesn't draw it or anything. He just kind of rests it there. He wants to trust this guy, but I don't know. He just seems a little sketch. Maybe because he runs a carnival. But so he looks the man directly in the eyes and he goes, "I am Bathurst."
Bathurst. There's something about this world. I can see it. I think it might be needed for the job I have for all of you. No. Yes. And he kind of like talks, he like asks a question, sort of answers himself. My carnival is not yet written. It is in a town called Valaki. Over in not too far land. One could say it's right under our very nose. No. But I need your help. You see, my carnival, it's we are able to protect ourselves in some ways, but in other ways against all these demons, things that may haunt such things. Oh, the world, you never know. We are in need of security. And so, we are in this town of Valaki that is rather jolly at the moment. We wish to bring amusement to them, and happiness, joy to their lives. Every day they try to throw all these festivals and say all is well, but in reality, when you get there, it seems that all is not well. Something is wrong. So, I thought I would not only bring you with us to Valaki for security purposes, but also, maybe we could benefit each other.
What do you mean?
Well, maybe we can see what fills this town. Rid it together. I mean, I was an adventurer in my day. And then, at this point, roll an insight.
Eh?
Everybody.
Oh!
Everybody?
7.
I botched.
I got a 2.
Insight?
Yeah.
I got a 6.
Okay.
We are the most insightful people.
I got a 19.
19. He hit the amusement of this man, and for Noakes in particular, the amusement of this man, and where once there was a joyous person, he kind of has a 1,000-yard stare for a little bit and says, events happen. Oh, dire moments, no need for those such things. So, what do you say? We'll go to this town, we will rid the dead of its evil, and we will bring in joy and happiness to all the world. Huh? What do you say?
There is evil that needs rooting out. Count on my sword.
Is that a yes? I don't know.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Yes.
I got 2.
If the Dragonborn is going, I suppose so am I.
All right. And what about you, Janasi?
I'm
What
in.
about you, prophesized one, huh?
Wow. Yes, I'll help you.
Good, good. Maybe we can work out the show. The one, the prophesized, the chosen one of 4. That sounded rather insulting now that I mentioned it. I'm sorry, I did not mean it to sound that way.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And I assume the drow of the lovely girl is coming as well.
Yes, she'll tag along as well. She tends to go where I go. It's a little awkward.
I will not judge. Okay, whatever. Well, I'll meet you in Valaki then. Until then, safe
You
travels.
haven't told us how to get there.
You'll find your way there. Don't worry. Just travel north. You'll find your way there. And with that, he walks up and gives you a deep bow with his hat, flung up in the air. And the chest is like, "My friends, I bid you adieu. Farewell. Hopefully, we'll see each other soon." And he puts the hat back on, starts walking to the door, and and one more thing. If you find yourself in the mists, there is no turning back. And he just walks through the door after that.
Well, that wasn't suspicious at all.
No, not at all. That was really odd.
I liked him, just not what he was saying.
I feel like it may even be more worth it to go just to make sure he's not up to something.
I have a odd suspicion we're being targeted, and it's some kind of trap. But
Most likely.
we gotta go. We gotta do this. Because if there is evil up there, we need to fight it.
I agree. What an odd man.
Okay.
So I guess we're doing this.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Okay. So, it was late at night when this all started, and Rose comes up to you and says, "Oh, dear, there's no need to sleep in a barn tonight. I got each and every one of you a room. If you like, it's whatever your sleeping arrangements are, we'll make do with it. So it's not a problem. So,
Thank you.
if you want company, like I said, it'll cost you. But if you're not, the rooms are free. All right, well then, have at it." And she walks away. Or she gives you each a key beforehand, and she then decides to walk away.
Kayan immediately heads up to his room.
Okay. The rest of you.
Vathras heads to his room, and when he gets there, if there's any sort of window, he covers it with a thick black cloth that he carries for just such an occasion.
A window cover and blanket.
Do you have that in your adventuring kit?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Whatever. Noakes?
I'll do the same. I'll head on up, and I will. Usually, what I like to do is just kind of throw the mattress, down on the floor, and curl up in a little ball with my wings.
Okay.
So cute.
All right.
Before he goes to bed, Kayan will just spend about 10-15 minutes practicing his sword work a little bit, saying a prayer to Huar, and then heading to bed.
Okay, roll a religion check.
15.
Okay, I want you to mark down 1 point,
Okay.
and I'll let you know what that's for when we're after the game. I'll let you know privately.
Hey.
And Simone, what are you doing?
She's going to have another mead because she thinks it's pretty good, and then probably just go meditate and go to bed.
Okay, it was really good. It has a nice honey taste to it. It's rather nice, and it actually kind of reminds you of the mead back at the home at the Golden Fields. The occasional 1 cup that your parents would have let you have. And then you go to bed, but there's something that the succubus said to you that only you could hear before that's bothering you. Beware the clawed mists. Beware the clawed mists. Beware the clawed mists.
What a strange day.
It's a really strange place.
And we'll Malkacha.
I don't think she's with us
Yeah,
because
she's kind of in and out.
Yeah.
I would like to.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh, here it is.
Anything of interest.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, Carrie. We can't really hear you. That sucks. Shit.
Oh, I know.
It was working so well beforehand, too.
Yeah.
How about
Oh.
that?
Yeah?
Hey.
Ah, there it is. Wow, okay. So, Malkacha, what are you doing before you retire for the evening?
I hit my computer. I would like
Sure it's
to
hitting.
see if there's
Wasn't
anything
sure
of
it was.
interest to steal.
Anything of interest of steel? Okay, roll a stealth check.
Okay. 27.
Holy shit, okay. Okay, now roll an investigation check.
10.
10.
Yep.
You see a couple gold pieces lying around. Make a few sleight of hand. Make one sleight of hand check.
Okay. Oh, 13.
13. Okay. You're able to like.
Yep.
You kind of go up to one of the, female courtesans who has some piece of jewelry around her neck or around her wrist, and you kind of slip it off, and we'll say you get away with about 5 gold pieces worth of
Okay.
stuff. So.
Not bad.
All
They
right.
work hard for that.
Could have been a gift. Could have been a family heirloom. Could have belonged to her mother or a dead sister. You don't know. Anyway.
It's okay. This is what she does after we go to bed. She's just like, all right, all the goody goodies are gone. So
There's a reason I went to bed right
Exactly.
And
Okay, I
as
can
you,
sleep
yeah,
happily now.
yeah. As you guys go to bed, you slowly hear the music fade as you close your doors, and the crowds slowly dissipate too. And there's a roaring fireplace in each one of your rooms to keep you warm. And you wake up the next morning, and you open your doors. Bathris, you see Noakes waking up just at the same time you are.
morning, friend.
Morning, Noakes. How did you sleep?
Not bad.
That's
Okay.
good. That's good.
You hear a small crowd, kind of outside. And then there's a strong wind, not outside, but like downstairs in the tavern. Breakfast is being served. There's some leftovers from the night before too, and it's snoring at like the bar stools and just passed out on everywhere else. But as you do, Rose is like, "Oh, look, ale and a couple breakfasts before you leave off."
Breakfast would be fantastic.
Breakfast. All right, we'll do. All right.
Breakfast in the water would be
Burnt
fine.
bacon and eggs is what we got this morning, so I'll get all that setting. Kyan and Malkacha, what are you guys? And Simone, when do you three head down, and what do you do beforehand?
Ken will.
Kayan.
It's all good. We'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it myself. And when he wakes up, he's gonna, morning stretches, get dressed, and then head downstairs. He will ask the barmaid, Rose, for another cup of tea.
Okay. Oh, of course, darling. Right away. I'll go over and get that for you. Oh.
Thank-
And she kind of walks off. She's like, I didn't ask. I'm sorry, but here's green. I figured you'd like that.
It was rather lovely. Thank you.
Of course, I had a fresh pot brewing for myself, so you enjoy that. You there, young ladies. What can I get for you?
Eggs and toast would be nice.
Use a little bit of.
Water as well.
Eggs, toast, and water? Both for ya? You
Yeah,
got it.
correct.
Don't worry, girls. I got you. And she kind of goes over, and Malkacha, you notice that there's kind of like a courtesan who's having breakfast herself, and she's kind of like, I had it on my wrist. I could have sworn. I don't know what happened to it. She starts kind of like crying a little bit.
I want to actually go up to her and I want to actually comfort her and try and find out like how much it meant to her.
Roll a deception check.
Okay. 19 or 9.
9? She's totally buying it. She rolled a 6.
Yup.
So
What?
So yeah, she totally
Nice.
is just like, I could have sworn it didn't. I mean, it was really expensive. It was the most expensive thing I've had, and
Oh.
can you? I can't say who I got it from, but it's rather important to me. But, you know, it's fine.
Oh,
It's fine.
that just tears me up inside.
Malkacha, do you currently have this item on your person?
She's too
What?
far away to talk to you.
Yeah, no,
right
yeah.
now. Yeah.
Okay. Can I check to see if she currently has it on her person?
Roll perception.
Hey.
check.
Over in perception.
Against
fine.
carry your stealth.
Okay. Oh shit. 28.
Yeah, I only got an 18.
You don't know. All right.
It's better to leave these things alone. You know,
And so,
let her do her thing.
Thank you.
and with that, you guys finish your breakfast, and you see, you work your way through the town, and as you do, you make your way outside, and like I said, it's a rather large town. As you guys kind of work your way through it, there's people starting their kind of like morning businesses, opening up their shops, and horses, and kind of working their way through. You even see a few of the occasional blacksmiths, boats in the harbor, flags being flown across all of the almost every now and then you come across a wooden building that has flags being flown across it, and it's all just kind of, for Simone, you've never seen a city quite this large before. It's rather kind of like off-putting. You haven't even really been to the main cities yet, but there are a lot of people walking around, a lot of races. Like I said, it's Mos Eisley, kind of like I am not in Kansas anymore sort of moment for you. And as you begin walking around, you actually make your way to where Wilbur said your horses would be, towards an elven equestrian called Quavelos. And he approaches you and he's like, "Oh, right. Thank you for what you did again. I'll show you to your horses. They're young." And he kind of works you over through the stables, and he's like, "They're young, but they're rideable, well trained. Not exactly, wall-proofed yet, but they're good horses. The most that I can spare at the moment." And he kind of paints it along. One is kind of like this paint, white and brown spots color. The other is more of a chestnut, and one is a horse that is just pure black. The mane and the tail and the coat, it almost shines. The others, there's like a brown-looking horse who kind of doesn't look like he belongs with the rest. He kind of looks like he's the least taken care of horse. And Quavelos kind of comes over. He's like, "We try our best." His mane, it's too short, and you notice it's like where the black horse had like this long flowing mane, this one has like one that's just kind of like there, and it kind of falls down. And the other horse definitely is just buff, looks like a war horse. Chestnut color, has a blonde mane to him, and has this long white stripe down his nose. But like the shoulders and the rear and everything about him just screams muscle. And he's like, "Well, take your pick. They don't have names yet either, but if you repeat their names enough to them, they'll catch on. They'll understand that you're talking to them."
I walk over to the one with the slightly messed up mane and start petting it and patting it on the head.
Right.
Can will walk up to the big, massive war horse.
Okay.
I'll walk up to the black one.
All right.
Simone will approach the paint horse.
Okay. And as the Quavolos is kind of looking around, he's like, "Oh, Noakes, I'm sorry. I heard you were Dragonborn. I didn't. I mean, you, I mean, you are. I just thought.
That is so racist.
I can see if I have a mule or we have mules. We have we have ponies.
Do you have a cart that we could?
It's okay. It's okay. I'll ride with Vathras. It's not the first time.
Actually, give me a moment ago. And he kind of like walks away for a little bit, and you see a really distraught halfling, portly fellow kind of, I don't understand why they have to take one of our fucking mastiffs. We ride them all the time. He's like, they saved the town. We were going to give it to them. He's like, do you know how long that charges to train a halfling mastiff mount? Do you know how long that takes? Do you understand? And he's like, I understand. But your son, and he's like, I know what my son, but he was a fucking idiot to begin with. He was going to get himself killed at the very beginning. I already planned for it. He's like, just go away. I'm in charge of the stables. He was like, all right, I'm just saying.
Beth just kind of walks over like, gentlemen, calm down. As I said, do you have a cart that we could get on?
It's too late. The halfling's already storming off, being like, the fucking adventurers and all the heroes, and he's just doesn't give a fuck. I found a halfling pump for you. He's like, coming over to you. And he's like, here. Halflings typically ride. I'm not sure about dwarf dragonborn. When they said dwarf dragonborn, I didn't know they meant the condition. I thought they meant dwarf and dragonborn. I apologize. I really do.
No. It's fine. It's fine. We're good. We appreciate all this, and we would definitely like to be on our way. We're not used to any of this.
Well, you're always welcome to your tower, friends. If you ever find yourself back here. All right.
Beth's just getting a little perturbed at this point because he keeps on getting ignored by this man.
I'm sorry. You see, let's see if he notices it. He does not notice it. You rolled a natural 1.
That's fine.
He was more like focused on trying not to insult Noakes.
No, makes sense.
Yeah, he was just like, I'm really sorry. Right. Safe travels to you all. And,
Thank you.
be safe. I'm gonna get back to work now. And he kind of goes over to the grooming areas. You notice you kind of get the feeling this is like a family-run business. You notice like a elven woman kind of like stroking a horse's mane, and a couple of elven children kind of like doing their best to pick up haze and like feed the. It takes like one boy elf is like carrying the wheelbarrow, and the other little girl elf is throwing the hay into the stalls, and then upon that moment, you guys are on your way out to the open road.
Before we go, can I see if there's anywhere else that they are selling a cart? Because I have a big chest that I have been dragging around, and I would like to not have to drag it.
Sure, go ahead. Shopping mission. All right, let's do it. Give me a second here.
You're dragging a wait. No, hold on. This is way out of character. You're dragging around a big chest.
Yeah, it actually came as part of my gear. It's a Haunted One background. It has all my Monster Hunter gear in it.
Ah, okay. All right.
So I usually just leave it at camp, and then I'll just take it along wherever. I've only been up here 2 days. We had a caravan before.
Right. That's true.
Yeah, what happened there?
Yeah.
Give me one
This
second.
is good.
I mean, technically, it's back at the inn right now.
I know. I'm just pulling up prices. Okay. So you jaunt your way on down to the back towards the end to retrieve all your gear, and as you do notice what seems to be a a vendor shop of, we won't say junk, but used items.
Perfect.
Called the Lion Shield Cloister.
Junk and stuff.
Junk and stuff.
In my homebrew world, I do have a store named on the Dark District named Rapiers RS. I'm very proud of this.
Nice.
I walk into this store and I find what looks to be the proprietor and just inquire, "Excuse me, sir, do you have a cart that I could purchase?"
And as you can see, he's like, "Kum, kum, kum." I mean, this one right here. You can have this one. As he was looking back, he was like looking behind him, like talking to you. It's like a dwarf fellow. He's like, "Yeah, I have one. I can give you now. You want this one? I can give it to you for 200 gold."
"I will be straight with you, dwarf. I have 33 gold, and you may have it all."
33. I can give you a rope.
"I have a rope, actually, believe it or not. That's how I've been dragging this thing."
That sucks.
Can I
Our drow wanted to say something.
in here?
You're cutting in and out.
Yeah.
I think what she's trying to say is she wants to steal it
Probably.
right out from under us.
Well, no, I just want to say that 200 gold for the heroes of this village.
That's gotta. Okay, but you know what? Fair enough. Fair. That's fair. That's fair. She has a good point. 180.
Simone, will give Vathris her share of the gold. She's never seen really that much money before anyway, so it's not really a relevant quantity to her.
Now I have 40 gold.
I could give you a Mastiff card, so that could probably do.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I don't need anything special. I just need a cart.
Just to be clear, how big is this vest? This chest?
It just said a chest, so I assume like a small one for like
Like a
keeping-
lockbox almost, but just like a really heavy one.
like
Or
something
like-
that's big enough to keep like the knickknacks, like my steak and my garlic and stuff. So it's like not something that you're going to be able to easily like put on a belt, but I can like sling it over my shoulder when I'm walking around.
Okay.
So that's what I assume. I assume it's like something like
Yeah, I mean,
maybe a tote size.
let me put it this way. Your horses came with saddlebags.
okay, then that's all I need to know.
Yeah,
That was-
exactly. So you really
Okay.
don't need the chest anymore.
I'll strap it to the back of the horse then. We're
Okay,
good.
all right, cool.
Sorry, guys.
So we got a sale. Ha! Yeah.
Bathurst looks at the cart he then is pointing to, and he's like second guessing himself because I don't know, he doesn't know whether it's actually shoddy workmanship or not. But considering he's out in the sunlight and can barely see, he's like, that thing looks kind of crappy. And so he's like,
Are you
well,
insulting a dwarf about his craftsmanship? How rude!
well, I mean, he doesn't say that out loud.
Oh, I thought you said it out loud. Sorry.
No. But he then kind of goes, actually, sir, all due respect, but, the service here was not optimal, and maybe I will look elsewhere.
A little closer to the mic.
Sorry, sir. After our interaction, the service here does not seem optimal, and I will probably be searching elsewhere.
Oh, all right, fair enough. I have more business to partake in anyway. Not a problem. If you ever need used parts, be sure to stop by the Lion Shield Cloister. Let them know old Dwaylen sent you. Oh, that's me. I'm here. Don't. Never mind. It's a strange business. Dwaylen, get out of here, go. I don't care.
He does
Come
get
on.
Bathurst to crack a smile, which does not happen often.
Yeah. And you guys kind of, you're still in the town, and do you start heading your way up north now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys begin heading your way up north, you kind of start, you exit the town, and as you do notice, the sun is shining, and it is painful for the drow. But you've sort of like worked. You've learned a workaround. You're able to put your hoods up, and with that, you've kind of are able to negate some of the effects. Not fully, but enough. And as you start working your way down the road, you hear various sounds of nature kind of happen across off in the distance. Hooting, the chirping of birds, the crying of hawks, the just serene peacefulness that nature offers you. And Simone, this is more your speed. You feel really at home here. And as you keep traveling north and north and north up the long road, and it's called the long road for a reason, you think you would have hit a settlement by now. At least a small farm or a village or maybe even a hut. Shit, you probably would have thought you may have even seen something dangerous by now, but there seems to be nothing. And off in the distance, you do notice a heavy fog sort of obscuring the road.
Can I go ahead and roll nature?
Yeah, in what manner?
Like, she's probably like wary of the fog since there was that like warning thing about the clawed mists, and there's been lots of talk about mist, so she's probably like oddly paranoid about it.
Bathurst also slows his horse.
Okay. You kind of bring the horses to a gentle stop, and as you do, roll a nature check for me, I guess.
Oh, that's not much better. That is a 4.
4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Wah wah.
I mean, it looks like a miss, but it's. I will give you this. Roll an Arcana to see what happens.
That's a 10.
I say based on your heritage, the way you grew up, and your studies, for such a heavily obscuring mist to exist in the daylight is very rare. It is off-putting, but it's not unheard of. But with the tales and the things that you heard, yeah, you should be fine. Vathris, what was your roll?
I did not roll yet.
Okay.
I got a 5.
Looks like heavy fucking miss, dude.
I'd say let's my character, because I am also sunlight sensitive like the drow.
Oh, okay.
My whole thing is like, let's go to that mist because let's get out of this fucking sun. Like that's. So I'm just like, I'm going. I'm like, come on, let's go.
This is why your people so often die.
Oh, I'm all for it. Let's go.
Okay. All right. And so you pour your way, but the mists, you keep walking towards them, but you don't seem to be gaining any distance on it. It's almost like you keep walking and walking and walking with your horses, but the mists seem to be just staying in the far off distance. Like, you can't really get to them until the sun is beginning to set, and it's actually rather frustrating. And you might as well just make camp as night begins to slowly form.
So, as everyone starts to make camp and everything, Vathris does mention to everybody, he goes, "We should be wary of this fog. Remember, the man said, once you enter the fog, there's no turning back. This is our last chance to discuss our actions. Is this really where we're going?
Yeah.
Why not?
The
I don't know, man.
succubus said something. She said, "Beware the clawed mists."
Can I make a perception check to see if I see claws in the mist?
Yeah.
It's too far off right now.
Oh,
Okay.
You can't necessarily see it.
All right. So the succubus warned you before you killed it.
She
It was
seemed,
less of a warning, Simone. It
she
was more
seemed
of
like
just
babbling.
a repetition. Yeah.
More like repetition. Okay, I see. Huh. Well, that's something to consider. But
Also, would she be trying to keep us away, or warning us for keep us away for her own good, their own good, whatever she was a part of with the cultists?
that's another tack to take.
We'll say you guys are talking about this as you're sitting around the campfire, actually. And,
Okay.
It's a gentle, it's a nice warm campfire as you guys are all eating and talking. However, you do begin to notice a light wind begin to take hold. And as you notice this, you begin to notice the woods are quiet this night, and the air is growing chill. It used to be a little warmer than this, but it seems to be getting a lot cooler as the wind is kind of surrounding you, flowing through you. Your fire sputters as the mist that was off in the distance gathers around the edges of your camp, coming in closer and closer and closer and closer until it just sort of covers you. The edges of your camp are growing closer as the night wears on, and the mist is just beginning to heavily obscure everything around you. It's very unusual. By morning, the fog hangs thick in the air, turning the trees around you into gray ghosts. Simone, you're the first to notice that the trees that surrounded you the night before are not the same trees that you're seeing now.
Where did this take us?
Oh snap! What the?
So did the rest of us notice this yet?
As you wake, Simone, we'll say Simone is the first to wake up. And as you all wake up, Simone, do you let them know?
Yes.
How do you let them know?
We're not where we went to bed at.
Oh,
The camp is the same, but the area is not.
oh.
Okay.
Do we have any idea of where we might be?
Roll a nature check.
Oh, finally.
12.
I've got a 14. No, I'm sorry. 18.
18.
14.
14. Even with that 18, you've never seen trees quite like this. They're sort of, the trees almost appear to be as dead as if a wildfire passed through. And the leaves that are on the ground are as black and as gray as unlike nothing you've ever seen before. And for the first time, you're noticing that where it should have been morning as you guys woke up, it's nighttime. The mist and the dew still sort of hang on to the dark floor that is underneath you, and you step up and the crunching of leaves, squishes underneath your feet, and it is eerie, dark. But there is a beauty to it as you begin to look up and you notice that the stars, you've never seen as many stars in the sky before as you're seeing now. And the moon is brining shite and full, and the moonlight slowly is descending from the sky past the branches of the dead trees, as if these branches were reaching for the moonbeams themselves.
So Vathras kind of steps away from everyone else at the camp, like not too far away, like you can still see them, but he goes over to one of the trees and kind of just puts his hand on it, and he's looking away from the party at this point. And for just a few moments, so his eyes are currently, red using his dark vision, but they glow with like a literal fire for a few moments as he just smiles, and he scratches with his finger into the tree, and then the fire fades, and he's looking at the tree, and the tree just has scratched into it, boo, and he is suddenly very afraid, and he runs back to the camp with everybody else, and he searches through his backpack and pulls out his journal and starts reading his journal.
Okay. You notice the obvious distraught that Vathras just had, like, kind of running back and just
What's going on,
really
friend?
distraught.
Nothing. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's okay, Noakes. I just need to meditate for a little bit.
All right.
Trees are a little eerie.
While they're talking, Kayan will walk to the perimeter of their camp. He is going to cast light on himself.
Okay.
And he is going to just walk around the perimeter, seeing if there's any marks, any tracks, anything, in case anybody had done this to them and then left.
Roll an investigation check.
16.
You look on the road, and there definitely is horse tracks. This seems to be not a busy road, but I mean, people have come up and down here, horses and carts, and it seems to be that the tracks aren't fresh, but the tracks that are there have came from what seems to be a very large caravan.
Okay. So it doesn't look like they passed during the night?
No, not during the night. Maybe in the
Right.
last 2 weeks or so, or maybe
Right.
3.
Eh.
Okay.
Is there any way, like, can I look at the stars and determine if I can tell where I am? Like, are the stars right?
That requires a very specific tool. You would have to have and you wouldn't have to have the sailor's background, but it does require the what's it called?
Astrologers?
Thank you. Yeah, the astrologer kit. So, but I also, if you want to roll me a nature check and try and give it your best shot, go ahead.
Okay. That's a 17.
17. You notice some constellations that you've seen before,
Okay.
but you're not able to determine exactly. You haven't been trained, but the sky is not unfamiliar to you.
Okay.
It's just you do notice a lot more stars, and you're actually able to notice the constellations are more filled out than you're used to as well. Like I said, it's creepy. The fog and the mist of the dew and the dead wolves, the dead trees, and the black woods. It's not welcoming, but the one welcoming part about it is the skyline. It's actually quite nice. But I mean, you guys are fully rested. You can continue on. You don't have to try and go back to sleep again.
Right.
I have no problem seeing in the dark.
Neither do we.
How are the horses?
They seem able and ready to go, to be honest. This is just as strange to them as it was to you. As a matter of fact, you do notice if you're kind of freaking out.
I will attempt to calm down my horses well as
Same.
possible before getting on.
Roll animal handling checks.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
7.
Ha!
A 10. Sad face.
9.
5.
10.
4.
You have a dog, so it's a lot. Calm down. It's just like, what the fuck? walk like the entire time. It's expected to do halflings, not kobolds, so it's kind of freaking out. Simone, you're able to, with a lot of being you trying to calm the horse in a long time, you eventually do keep your horse calm. Other than that, who rolled a 5 under? Okay. As you do that, your horse, you like try to like get it off the, you unbridle it off the tree a little bit. And you're like, calm down, and it just like takes off.
Oh, and he had the burly one too.
Oh no.
No.
Can I try to retrieve the horse for him?
Do you have speak with animals?
Shoot, let's see here. That's not the right scroll bar. Okay, that looks like that's not one that I have prepared. Oh, yes, it is.
So you could actually talk to all the animals and like figure out what they're freaking out about, and also
Okay.
like talk. You can like telepathically communicate with the horse that's far off now. It's probably about 60 feet. Being like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Okay, yeah, I will do so. Come back, dude.
Yes. It kind of, I didn't expect it to
Hello,
work.
Wilbur.
Yeah, exactly. That's the first horse voice that came to my mind. No, it kind of looks to you, and it just sort of is like, it doesn't know where it is. It doesn't know how to feel. It's really scared. But it does stop, and he kind of turns back to you and says, "Yeah, I'm not going that way. I'm not going that way either." And so he begins trotting back.
Okay.
And he kind of comes up. He's like, "There's no safe place here. We can't be here. We need to go."
Okay.
Meanwhile,
I'll try to soothe it and return it back to Kayan.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is a bad place, you guys. This place is not good.
And as you do notice, the heavily obscured mist that was once in front of you is now maybe 50 feet behind you, and you cannot see past it.
Oh no.
Well, we're in here now.
Do we want to at least?
Vathris walks towards the mist to see if it
Try
keeps
go
on
through?
staying far away, or if he can actually approach it.
How far do you get?
So he said it's like 50 feet away. He wants to like walk like 50 feet towards it, like not like into it, but like he wants to be able to like put his
Make a
hand. And, like,
Constitution check.
oh, that's fun.
Oh boy.
He's dead.
Hang on, guys, this might be a good roll. 15.
15 just succeeds. So you take.
Oh, that's not a fun. That's not a fun word phrase.
No, that's not a good word.
Oh,
So
that
many
fell
dice.
off.
So many dice.
4, 8.
Don't go in the mist, guys.
So you take 12 points of necrotic damage,
Oh my goodness.
halved because you successfully saved, so 6.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh,
I can
jeez.
deal with 6.
I.
So Vathris like puts his hand in and basically just sees the skin like rot
Yeah,
and pulls
pretty
his
much.
hand back out, and he walks back to everyone else. It appears the carnival man was correct. There's no way to go but forward.
How's your hand?
Oh, it will heal. It will heal. Stings, but it will heal.
Looks bad.
That looks kind of cool.
I swear, Mal.
Forward then.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, you begin walking forward, and as you do, you're able to calm the horses down enough. With Simone's help, she's able to talk to all of the horses and, relatively remain them calm.
It's okay.
And as you do, black pools of water stand like dark mirrors in and around the muddy roadway. Giant trees loom on both sides of the road, their branches clawing at the mist that surrounds you. And as you continue your way through, you eventually travel for maybe another 5 hours. The mist here is just tremendous until you eventually come across something. You come across the fog spills out of the forest to swallow up the road behind you. Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the road, are high stone buttresses, looming gray in the fog. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars, and 2 headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now lying at the weeds at their feet. And the only thing they greet you with is silence.
And so this gate is closed?
The gate is now closed, yeah.
Do I recognize the statues at all?
Roll a history check.
Ooh, hello. 21.
Bam.
No, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
Does it look like we have to go through the gate, or is it possible to go around it?
Is the gate locked?
I guess that's the first question.
Go up to approach it.
Alright. Can we'll walk up to it and...
As you begin walking up to it, the large gate opens.
Well, that was easy.
A little too
I
easy.
guess we're supposed to go in.
That's pretty
Ominous?
fucked up.
Ominous.
All right. Let's go.
What's the worst that could happen?
We all die.
Eh.
Bathurst just shows Mal his hand.
This
Okay.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
All over
On my
your
face.
Yeah, you know what? After you go first.
Bathurst will lead.
Cannon will follow.
I'll go in the middle.
Okay.
I will follow.
All right. I'll take up the rear.
Yeah, you will. Damn it.
Wow.
I knew you were going to say that.
It just kind of came out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You begin traveling down the road. Towering trees whose tops are lost in the heavy gray mist that now surrounds you block out all but a death gray light. The tree trunks are naturally close to one another, and the woods have the silence of a forgotten grave, yet exude the feeling of an unvoiced scream. Simone,
Yes.
as you begin walking through, you catch the scent of death in the air.
Super bad place.
Tasty death.
And as you begin
Weird that
walking,
Bathurst feels at home here.
huh?
I said, is it weird that Bathurst feels at home here?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Okay. And what do you guys choose to do after that? Do you continue walking past it, or do you just stop?
So Simone's the only one that notices it, right?
She's the first one that notices it.
First one, okay.
Yes. The rest I need to make perception checks.
16.
10.
24.
22.
I rolled a natural 20, so.
Okay. The cleric.
Nice.
You not only smell the scent, you feel a duty to see what's going on about this. As a cleric, like to
Yes.
see if they need help or to at least give them their last rites.
Exactly.
So the kobold does what?
All right. There is a lot of death here. We need to go and check this out.
Okay. So you halt the horses and the mastiff, and as you do, you kind of, Simone, pretty much, because how long does speak with animals last?
It's 10 minutes.
Oh, it's 1 second. Let's see here.
Is it a cantrip though, Simone?
It's
No.
not.
It's not. Okay.
I would say it's just ending now.
Okay.
So you're able to say it's fine, just stay where you
Wait.
are. And as that happens, you go over and the kobold,
Yes.
Noakes. The foul scent leads you to a human corpse, half buried in the underbrush about 15 feet from the road. The young man appears to be a commoner. His muddy clothes are torn and racked with claw marks. Crows have been at the body, which is surrounded by the paw prints. The man has obviously been dead for several days, and he holds a crumpled envelope in one hand.
I will kneel down. I will say a prayer to our God, and I will place my hand on the person's forehead, and then I will kind of cock my eye over to the hand, and that's curious. And I will reach for the note.
Okay. As you reach for the note, it has a wax seal. It's unopened, with a large B set into it. The parchment's warm and flimsy, but it still lies unopened. It's addressed to no person in particular.
No person in particular.
I don't know that guy.
Oh no, he's my
Of
best
the
friend.
no particular house, yeah, the great lords. Well, it's one of the masked lords of Waterdeep. You'll find it out later.
I went to high school with them.
What are you particulars?
with no particular person. He's a great swimmer. So I'll go ahead and my curiosity really is really sparked here. But I will because I am one of a tribe, I will walk back to the party and
What do you have there?
I found a note. It's unopened and, well, it's been held by someone who's been dead for some days.
Who's it addressed to?
No particular person.
Right there on the front.
It's just
Sorry.
blank on the front. It's just
Whoever
blank.
be.
It's no particular person.
To NPP Esquire.
Open it then.
All right. So I'll go ahead and open it.
Okay. As you do, it reads, "Hail thee of might and valor. I, the Burgomaster of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Koliana, has been these past nights threatened. For over 400 years, a creature has drained the lifeblood of my people. Now my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He's become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power, that the devil may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. leave our sorrows to our graves, and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we all departed for a better life. Koilion Indorovich, Burgomaster of the village of Barovia.
Wow. Okay. This this is this really messed up place.
What's it say?
So I, I would say I probably read it out loud.
Oh.
As you read it out loud, you do hear the howling of wolves.
Okay.
We should see if we can get out of these woods.
Baptist's
Yes.
hand goes to his hilt.
Let's go.
And then
Yeah.
before you even step a foot forward, you hear a...
Oh shit.
Can I
Bad
make a
pupper.
perception check?
Make a
See-
perception
Guys?
check. Yep.
18.
You notice red eyes from the darkness of the woods as a strong wind suddenly comes over you. And you see a mist just begin falling down from the distance, and it envelops all of you. And as you do, you notice that this mist not only it's not part of the natural mist that surrounds you. It's a cloud of fog, and as it does, it has claws coming out of it.
Oh no.
And it's weaving over you. And the only thing that you see after that is the red eyes off in the distance. And now I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh boy. 20 total.
15.
Okay, give me a second here. I do initiative a
Should we
bit
just put it
funky.
in chat?
No, just I'll go
Okay.
I'll go over. 20 up.
I got 22.
Notes.
I got 20.
Okay, Malkacha. Was that Malkacha?
Yep.
Alright, Malkacha.
Yep.
15 through 20.
15.
16.
I also got a 16.
Okay, roll off.
21.
Okay, Simone, what'd you roll?
19.
Okay, so Vathras first.
Okay.
Alright. And, Kayan, right?
Yep.
Alright.
15.
Let's see what they rolled. Okay. Alright, Nox is at the top of the round. What do you want to do?
Okay, so what do I see?
You see the red eyes off in the distance. There's about 6 pairs of each of them.
Okay. How far away?
As of right now, they probably, with where you are, about 20 feet away.
Oh, okay. 20 feet away. Okay. I'm going to head up 10 feet.
Okay.
And I'm going to drop to my knees and essentially yell out, "No, please, please don't hurt us. No, no."
Using your feet.
Yeah, using my grovel, cower, and beg. And until the end of my next turn, my allies get advantage against the enemy within 10 feet of me. So,
Yep. All right. So you do, and all you hear is the snarl back, multiple snarls back, and is that all you could do? You can't do a bonus action with that?
I can. Hold on.
Your allies are about 30 feet away, 30 feet behind you.
Okay. So what I will do as I will do a bonus action, and I will. Where is it? Here it is. No. Here it is. Yeah, as a bonus action, I'm going to heal Vathras
Okay.
with the healing word.
Okay. So roll for it.
And so that's 2 + 4 is 6.
Perfect. Up to perfect health.
Okay. And that's my turn.
Okay. All right. So next to the round is Malkacha. What do you do? Ah, damn it. Okay, so she's about 50 feet away, so we'll say she uses her movement to approach the red eyes. Okay?
Okay.
All right, making it Vathras' turn.
Okay, so Vathras walks up maybe 10 or 15 feet as he unslings his crossbow from his back,
Okay.
and he is going to attack the closest pair of eyes.
Okay, roll to hit.
Okay. And it's with advantage, thank goodness.
Yes.
And okay, I rolled a 3 and a 1, so I definitely miss.
Well, what's it in addition to?
The total was an 8.
Total's 8? Yeah, that unfortunately misses. And even with the fog, that goddamn you fucking browsers. You kind of just bring out your own, but the fog just so heavily obscures your eyes that it misses, and you just kind of see you miss the where the arrow actually heads, and Nox, you actually feel right by your ear.
No!
So
my turn.
Malkacha, you just moved forward about 30 feet to get closer, and you rolled a stealth of, we'll say, what's your stealth modifier? I'm gonna say she took expertise in it with your dex, so it's gonna be about in the teens. So she rolled a 20.
Okay.
So there's that, and then we're gonna go over to Simone.
Well, is there? I mean, she has advantage this round, so any creature she attacks with like a melee weapon would get sneak attacks.
Yeah, but she's not within melee distance yet.
No, but I mean, like, does she have like a missile weapon of
He
any?
has a crossbow.
He has hand crossbows.
Yeah, she has hand crossbows.
Tara, do you
so-
have hand crossbows?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you want to try to hit them? You're about 30 feet away from them right now.
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Just so I want to know, would I have had time to hide before?
Yeah,
Oh.
you rolled a stealth of 20.
Yeah. Plus, you
Okay,
have
perfect.
advantage on this, so you would have sneak attack anyway. So.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All
And
right.
just so there's no confusion, I do homebrew rolls. Range attacks do have sneak attack with them.
Oh,
so-
nice.
That's
Okay,
my
well,
roll.
I rolled a 23.
That hits.
Yeah. All right. And I do. All right, so it's 8 total. I rolled.
8 total plus your sneak attack.
No, that was just. Hold on. Okay, so that would be a critical hit then.
A critical hit.
No.
No, a critical
Wouldn't it
hit.
be?
A critical
No?
hit is a natural 20. A critical hit is when you roll a natural 20 in your D20 attack. And
Oh
then
no, but it says shit. Hold on. It says
Oh,
in
the-
addition any.
Yeah, she's a set.
yeah, you're an
Yeah,
you're an
that's an assassin.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So that's
Oh.
So-
Okay.
okay. So yeah, you just see Malkacha kind of like run forward and just take her hand crossbow, and you don't really see her in the mist. She just kind of like blends and camouflages in with it, and just kind of and just you see 2 red eyes that were once there just disappear in the mist,
Yeah.
getting rid of one of them, making it. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, I think. Oh, I could like to use hide as a free action. If I could.
Hide.
Yep.
Yep, you can do that, and it's easy enough to do in the mist.
Perfect.
All right. You kind of work your way past, but however, the one thing that you do notice is the hands still kind of reach for you and just clawing through your face and through your shoulders and through your body, making it Simone's turn now.
Okay. For my bonus action, I'm going to reach into my belt pouch and cast Magic Stone on some of the like little smooth stones that I carry with me.
Okay.
And I'm going to take and throw one at the nearest pair of eyeballs.
Okay, roll a hit.
Okay. 22 to hit.
That hits.
And 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. So you see Simone just kind of like reach into her pouch and just kind of like sidearm pitch the stone, and you just see one of the red eyes just kind of, and it comes back, and the red eyes are still staring back at you, and you see them begin lowering, kind of like dogs beginning ready to like a lion ready to snatch onto its prey. Okay, what do you want to do for your action?
I guess I'm gonna just grab my club and get ready.
Okay, all right. So you're gonna hold your attack action then.
Until I'm approached, yeah.
Okay, making it. Bathurst, did we skip over you?
No, I went before.
Oh, that's right. We went back to Malkacha.
Yeah.
All right, making it Kayan's turn.
I will approach, getting as close to Nox as possible with my move action.
Okay.
I will draw my katana, and I will hold my attack action until somebody within reach.
Making it their turn. And as soon as you kind of get up there and like ready your katana down, like, and get in your like standing dueling stance, you do notice that the wolves begin charging, and they are wolves, and they are big black wolves. They're not dire wolves, but they're huge, and their eyes are glowing red. And one begins to try and attack Nox, making it Kayan, activating your attack.
Oh no!
You have advantage.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
16.
That's gonna hit.
Awesome.
Nice.
Uh, 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage.
Yep.
All right. So the wolf kind of jumps forward, and you notice it's the one that Simone injured, is that had like a little bump right up here, and it's kind of like starting to bleed from its eye. But you just see Nox, this giant wolf, was just ready to pounce onto your head with his giant claws, but Kane just kind of swings underneath and slices the head off with his katana sword as the blade just slices through the body like butter, and the body just kind of flips down onto the side, revealing the decapitated body of an open wound of a wolf. And then the rest of the wolves just sort of charge past you, Nox, provoking an attack of opportunity against for you, if you want to try and hit.
Sure. So let me see. I will draw my rapier.
Okay.
And I roll a 18 plus 6 is 24.
That hits.
And I roll 3 plus 4 is 7.
3 plus 4 is 7.
Yes.
Okay. So you kind of, one wolf kind of charges past you and towards the party, and you just kind of take the rapier and you just swing it, and you catch it off to the side as you were already on your knees. You kind of stand up and like you unsheath it and attack the wolf at the same time as you come on through. But the wolf just kind of and just begins charging forward again. And all of the wolves at this point have charged past you, and they're going to attempt to attack Bathurst first. So that is going to be a... where are you? Alright. They get advantage. Forgot about that. Okay, so that's a 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. And you're gonna take... 9 points of piercing damage.
Wow.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, that's just rude.
Wolves.
Yeah.
13.
Okay, you succeed as the wolf kind of like it bites. It jumps up and bites onto your shoulder, and it's so heavy, but you kind of are able to muster enough strength, and you just throw it onto the ground, and it gets back up, and it just kind of like scurries away. And then the other wolf is going to attack you, Simone.
Oh no.
That is
You
a
need to attack.
18 to hit.
That is definitely a hit. I had my readied club attack.
But you
to
did,
counter.
yes. All right.
Yep.
So this the wolf begins approaching you, and it tries to attack you, but roll to hit. Thank you for reminding me.
That's an 18 to hit,
That's gonna hit.
but only 3 damage.
Okay. Number. I know math. And as the wolf kind of does the same thing as it tried to do to Nux, and it just did to Vathris, and it just sort of jumps up and it tries to attack you, but you just knock it away with a club and smack it down onto the ground, hitting like the open mouth and the tooth, and it just kind of, and you kind of see a little bit of tooth kind of like fall out as it just falls onto the ground. It kind of like picks itself back up, its red eyes glaring at you, and begins circling again in its pack tactics. However, you failed to notice that another one was coming up right behind you. Making it... That is going to be a 23? 22 to hit.
That like super hits me.
Okay. And you take 4 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. My strength saving throw is a 13.
That succeeds. So, sort of the same thing. Right from behind you, a wolf sort of like clamps onto the back of your neck, and you can feel the bones, like the teeth, begin to pierce the back. But you just kind of like rip it off with your Genosee strength of the earth, and you just kind of like push him off the side. And again, it sort of scurries away, not provoking any attack of opportunities at this point. However, because they're still kind of like huddled within a closer range of you. And the other wolf is going to attempt to attack Malkacha if he could see her.
No.
That's a natural 20.
Hmm.
So it did see you.
Damn it.
Boo.
All of you.
So it's going to... Well, that was just to see you. It's going to roll to hit.
AC 15.
It succeeds
Damn it.
with a 19.
Oh yeah.
So you take... Nine points of piercing damage,
Ooh. Okay.
and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh shit. 10.
You're so caught off guard that you don't notice one of the red eyes coming up from behind you. Before, as you look back behind you, and you hear the snarling, and the wolf pauses too late as it just sort of and it just clenches onto you. You catch it. You're able to catch the bark with your forearm, and you can feel the teeth sinking into your flesh. But it has you knocked prone on the ground, and it's just sort of like it breaks your stealth at the moment, and everybody else notices deep into the fog your shadow. In the mist, and you struggling, and you also notice now that you're down, the claws in the mist begin trying to scratch at your skin alive.
No.
Not doing anything, but it's definitely like trying to attack you. And that is going to do it for their turn. Oh well.
I don't like the sound of that.
Let's see what I could do here. No. Okay. Making it at the top of the round, Noakes.
Okay, how far away is Malkacha?
As opposed to the mist right now, we'll say that she is about
No, from me. Like, where's she from me?
From you, 30 feet.
30 feet?
Yeah. She
Okay.
moved forward to attack, and she had to
Yeah.
go back in the mist, so she moved a little back. So yeah, she's about 30 feet.
It's so the did the wolf grapple her or just knock her prone?
It knocked her prone.
Okay.
It's on top
Cool.
of her right now. You can see her arm kind of being torn by the wolf, and she's struggling against it.
Okay, if I came up from behind and attacked the wolf
That
itself.
would be flanking damage, and you would get an advantage on that attack.
Okay, excellent. So I will literally, my wings will just expand up, and I will just fly over to where Malkacha is being attacked by this wolf, and I will just drive my rapier into its back.
Okay, roll to hit with advantage.
Okay. And that is 19.
That's gonna hit.
Yes.
Okay. And that is, nice. 11 points of damage.
Nice.
Wow.
And because I rolled a 7 plus 4. And as a bonus action, I'm going to. How much damage did you take, Malkacha, Carrie?
9.
Okay. I'm going to cast a healing word as a bonus action,
Okay, so roll the heals.
and I rolled a 4, so that's 8.
Nice.
So you, Malkacha, the only thing you see, Nox, you fly up into the air and you sink down, and you can see the shadows, and it's very distinct. And as you do, you bring your rapier down, you kind of and just bring it on down, and you dive bomb in, and just Malkacha, the only thing you see as the wolf is biting onto you finally are able to grab. You're finally able to like release your arm from the clenches of the jaws of this wolf, and as it's about to bite down onto you again, the only thing you see as it opens its mouth is this like point rapier just straight through the mouth, and then you see your kobold friend just begin uttering divine words to you, and you feel your wounds begin to close up a little bit. You're still bloody, and it's still not fully there, but it is very much like a little bit better.
You're my hero. Thank you, No.
I also think Noakes just got
Got what?
kebab. Anyone?
What's
What?
that?
Our Noakes just got our dinner too.
And wolf kebab.
Wolf kebabs.
All right, making it Malkacha's turn.
All right.
So you have to
So-
spend you have to spend half an action to get up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get up. I still have the crossbow armed, right? It didn't knock it out of my hands.
No,
or...
you still have the
Okay.
crossbow.
Okay, perfect. Then I would like to. Is there anything within range of me?
Within range of you, the nearest one is 30 feet away from you.
30 feet. Okay, so. Shit.
If you attack one of the ones on like Simone, who
Yeah, that's what I'm.
really
That's
needs
the
help,
that's the closest one to you.
Okay, perfect.
you'll
Perfect,
you'll
yeah.
get, since she's within 5 feet, you'll get advantage. You know, or
Yeah, that's
won't
true.
Get advantage, you won't get advantage. I'm sorry, you'll get your sneak attack. that
Yeah,
way.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
at least you can do
I
that.
would like to do that then.
Okay.
Sweet. That would be 24.
24 hits.
Perfect. And that's a 7 sneak attack damage.
7 sneak attack damage.
Yep.
Okay. You take your crossbow. You see the first thing you notice is Simone kind of like throw this wolf off of her back and down onto the ground, and as it gets back up and begins to scurry away, Simone, you see this crossbow go and straight into the red eye of the black wolf, and it just as it runs, it kind of tumbles forward as it just jumbles into the mud, just lying there completely dead. Malkacha, is there anything else you want to do?
I don't have an action yet, do I? Because that costs a half action to stand.
Yep, you theoretically still have a bonus action.
Yeah, okay. If possible, then I'd like to hide again.
Roll stealth.
Natural 20.
She Navy SEALs into the mists like a fucking slug.
Just like tumbles.
Yeah, just it just disappears. Even the claws in the mist are like, where the fuck she go? All right, making it.
is the claws in the mist.
Yeah, making it Vathras' turn.
Right.
Okay, so is there anyone that's still like under attack by a wolf right now?
As of right now, no.
Okay, cool. So I am just going to go towards the nearest wolf to me. How close are they?
The nearest wolf is 25. No, yeah, 25 feet away.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop my light crossbow and draw my sword and my short sword and scimitar as I walk up to this thing.
Okay.
And as I start walking, like I just kind of start flipping my scimitar around. He also uses it very defensively, so he basically kind of like makes a shield out of the sword, constantly moving.
Okay.
And he's going to try to stab it with his scimitar first.
Okay. Roll to hit.
And that is a 11.
That just hits.
Yes. Okay.
Nice.
And then I'm just gonna do this. That will be 4 damage from that one.
Okay.
And
as you kind of, you can attack with your rapier again now, right?
yeah, with my scimitar, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So as I'm flipping the scimitar around, I kind of bring it through in a swipe as well, and that's going to be a 18 to hit,
That hits.
and that's going to be 1 damage.
Okay. Simone, you notice the wolf that was running away from you that you smacked with the club is running away, and you do see Vathras kind of slide in with his scimitar and rapier and just kind of and like try to slide it off with the wolf again, kind of like buckles away, and he kind of pokes it in the ass with his rapiers and runs away, and he just kind of like runs off a little bit. It's red eyes, but in like a demonic yelp, just sort of kind of run off on the side, making it Kayan's turn. Or Kayan's turn.
Is it? Can I get up to it?
Wait, isn't it Simone's turn?
Yeah, it's Simone's turn.
It's Simone's turn. Sorry. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I am going to throw another of my magic stones at the nearest wolf.
Okay. The nearest wolf is the one that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Roll the hit.
17
That hits.
and 5 damage.
So with the open scimitar wound that Vathras just wounded, you kind of like aim it perfectly as you kind of see it, and again you just kind of softball pitch the shit out of it, and you just land it right in the wound, and the stones kind of just land in there, and the wolf kind of and like explodes from within, and the force is so great that it just kind of like tumbles off into the bushes off to the side, making it. Do you want to do a bonus action?
Not at this time. I still should have movement. Can I like advance towards the next nearest target?
You don't make a perception check.
Wow, I'm so perceptive.
What is it?
That is a 9.
Yeah. You unfortunately cannot see the nearest target.
Okay.
So at the top is going to be Kayan's turn, and Kayan, you do notice the last wolf far off in the background begin to slowly work its way through the forest. Its red eyes and black fur running towards you.
How far away is it?
As of right now, it's probably about 15 feet away.
Hey, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take a swipe at it.
Okay. Let me do it because it's considered difficult terrain to go through the woods. So let me see if you can actually. What's your movement speed as a samurai?
30.
30? Yeah, you can reach it. And
Yeah.
then yeah, you can roll. You can roll normally.
That is. Oh, do we still have advantage?
Not anymore. No.
Okay.
No.
13.
That hits.
Hey, that is 12 points of damage.
Okay. The large wolf begins approaching you, and as you do, you just kind of you like ready your blow again as you kind of like work your way up there slowly, and then all of a sudden you just kind of comes in, and you kind of like Seven Samurai, just like bring your katana underneath and like straight underneath as it begins as it leapt at you, and you see the entrails of the wolf just kind of like fall out midair, and you guys all see the last wolf just kind of with all its guts and everything spilling out too. It's a gruesome sight. But that's gonna end combat. And the last thing. And the wind begins to start up again. And the only thing that you see off in the distance after that is what appears to be a hooded figure, a humanoid, far into the shadow, the dark woods. And you can't see too clearly and if it's a man or woman. However, you do notice, roll perception checks, all of you.
Okay.
15.
20 total.
12.
16.
14.
16.
Who rolled a 20 up?
20 total, yeah.
Okay. Malcacho, you do notice in the far distance of the woods, the hooded figure has its... and it is a hood. It's not like the hat that your friend was wearing earlier. The shadow kind of cuts off around the nose, and you notice a slight grin. And 2 fangs come from it as well.
Guys, I have a bad feeling about this.
And he just, as he smiles, he just sort of like turns around and walks off and disappears into the shadows of the woods itself.
Hey.
What? Like how far? Like when you say distance, like how far is distance?
60 feet.
Can I cast command on him? No.
He's already disappeared.
Did you guys see that?
No, I saw nothing.
Man, you guys have shitty eyes.
Yes.
What?
He had-
What is?
15 up saw it. The 20 noticed the fangs.
Okay. He had fangs. Like,
What?
Yeah. Did you guys
There was.
know?
I have fangs.
I saw the guy, but I didn't.
What do you got? What do you got against fangs? What's?
Oh, no, nothing. Fangs are very cool.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I don't know. I got a bad feeling from that guy. Or good. I'm
Well.
not sure.
That's reassuring.
Okay. And
So
with that,
Vathras kind of wipes the gore from his face. After that wolf exploded on him, can I walk over to where the guy was just to see if, there were any tracks or anything that he left?
sure. It's going to take you a few minutes because it's considered difficult terrain. It's going to take
Gotcha.
you a little bit longer, but you can make it over there for sure. Actually, I think with Simone, as a druid, you just ignore difficult terrain, don't you?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Or a stride or something.
Yeah. No, it's not. I think it's just a general feat that she has, either as a genasi or a druid.
Mhm.
So if you can, you guys have traveled enough as the threads of fate to be like, hey, Simone, I need your help. Can we go this way?
Yeah,
please?
I have Earth Walk, and that will allow me to move across difficult terrain made of earth or stone.
But that also
I don't-
applies. That also applies to your allies as well, correct?
It just says me.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so yeah, Vathras. You do notice Vathras begins working his way through, and you're kind of like, oh, that's cute. Look at him. And he kind of works his way through, and you get to the area, and it's lightly obscured. There's a lot of dark foliage kind of surrounding here. You kind of look towards the dead tree that's off this side near where you saw the humanoid figure standing, and there are black ichory vines kind of growing up the tree itself. But you notice no footprints. You notice no trace of a man that was here.
Okay.
Other than that, it almost appears as what you saw, that shadow, was like a ghost. He was here.
Someone's watching us.
And with
I
that,
don't know.
we'll take a break because I need to use the restroom.
Me too.
Yes.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. So guys, I don't know. How was the combat? What'd you think? Was it too early into combat? Was it not enough into combat? What'd you think?
No, I think that was great.
That was alright.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was really fun.
Okay.
I
Cool.
like that.
So give me 1 second so I can open up the planes, the stuff here. God, mother of God, I need to really use the restroom.
So
Um,
bad.
Yep. All right. So, guys, we'll be back in like 15, 20 minutes. There's some stuff I have to take care of real quick along with that. Family stuff. So, yeah, we'll be back here in 15, 20 minutes. Get your dinners, get your stuff. We'll see you
Go
here in a
Pete.
little bit. Okay? All right.
Okay.
See you guys soon.
Yay.
Alrighty.
All right, guys. We
All right,
all
hello.
we all have a good break. Sorry that took a
Yes.
little long.
Hells yeah.
I had some cake.
I went to
Oh.
the bathroom. It was much needed.
Well, that's why we take.
I
'em.
got beer.
You got beer. I wish I could drink beer. I'm on this diet right now. It's sugar free.
If it makes you feel any better, I can't because they give me migraine.
Yeah,
Good
that
old
sucks.
migraines.
and it sucks too because San Diego is the beer capital of the world. We have like
No.
250 breweries.
Oh no.
Robot carry.
Oh
um.
no.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Carrybot uses sneak attack.
Oh, she totally should have been a what is it called? The robots
Warforged?
in Eberron. The Warforged.
Yeah.
The Warforged.
Yeah. So it just works in with the character. Let me
it's not a
go
good
to chat real
feature.
quick and see what they're saying. Yeah, they're saying Optimus Carry. That's what Bear just said. Robot in disguise.
There you go.
Real quick, I forgot to mention our first stream is actually also a promotion for our friend Lord Huey's book, The Ramblings of a Mad Lord. He has it thanks to the premiere of the Threads of Fate, the first episode. He has Mandolins of a Mad Lord up for sale for only $10 on paperback on Amazon. So go over and check it out. And maybe download the free Kindle version. I did real quick first to do the preview of it, and I'm actually going to place my order in for a paperback right now because it is really good. So if you guys want, you could go check that out on Amazon. Bear is a mod, so if Lord Huey wants to post a link to the book in chat, he can give him permission to do so, and with that, you'll be able to see what it's all about, read the description. But it's a fantasy.
Just don't accidentally mute him.
Or accidentally kick
Yeah.
him from
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah. There are going to be no Tony the Tiger, or Captain Sugar Bear fights in this one.
Aw.
So
We're
now
not no fights. We won't do that. And real quick at the top of the hour, we're doing it live. We'll say this off the bat. Geekspiel, thank you so much for the Prime subscription.
Yeah.
Mikolas7, thank you for the follow. Durkin, my dude, thank you for the
Yeah.
Prime subscription.
Yay.
Lord Huey, thank you for the
Just
follow. Kronk Smash, thank you for the follow. Bear, thank you for the bits. I hope I'm going to say this one right. Ooh, I don't know what it. Oh, it's a heart. Carried you a heart.
Oh,
Uchi Hadeen, 1214. Thank you for the follow. Elfiest Elf, thank you for the follow. Many Side Dice, thank you for the 200 bits and the shout out and share the link on Twitter. I saw that. Thank you for that. It means a lot. And that gives us more exposure down the line. So that is way more appreciated, guys, than bits or subscriptions that you could give. But thank you for those as well. Many Side, I already said that. XP Knight, thank you for the follow. Goosher Max, thank you for the host. Anna Moth, thank you for the follow. Halfling Trouble, thank you for the follow. The Wessel, thank you for the follow. Travis Net, Dreads, Bears Dread Game, thank you for the follow. And I follow you guys as well. You do a tremendous job with your dreads.
Oh, yeah.
Both you and Bear. It's always
Yeah.
exciting to see.
That dread game is awesome.
there
Yes.
it is. From
Um,
Dice.
yep. Yep.
So good.
it's so good they turned me into a ribbit.
I forgot to mention this earlier. Cleric Thea, thank you so much for this the subscription as well. You did that earlier today when I
Hi.
was testing stuff, and that was awesome.
Awesome.
The
Yay.
Staggering Giant, thank you for the follow. Gift V, thank you for the follow. Man, these are hard to say. And Cahulian, thank you for the follow. It's much appreciated, guys. I just only do Dungeons and Dragons on here. This will eventually go over to the main Threadrunner channel. We're just hosting it on here for right now. But you can look in the clips. I post. I have shenanigans with my friends on PUBG that kind of provoke hilarity. We call ourselves Skin Squad because we don't wear shirts. In PUBG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In game.
Wow.
So yeah, that all those follows, all those subscriptions, all those tweets, all those shares. Thank you so much for it. And then if you want to continue to do that, just hey, we're back from break. Tweet it out. Just send all that stuff out there. That a share on Twitter or on Facebook or on Instagram is not only more. It's not only much appreciated. It's more than appreciated. Than anything you guys could do. So yeah, let's make sure that this story gets to as many eyes as possible. And with that, we'll get back into the game.
Dun, dun,
As
dun.
You guys as you found yourself in the finished with battle after noticing a strange human, with Malkacha realizing that he had strange pointed teeth, as his grin kind of looked to you. And he disappeared off into the shadows. You guys are left on the road. What do you do from here?
I want to check the wolves and see if I can tell if they're like normal wolves or if they're strange wolves.
I was also curious about that.
Also, this is Dungeons and Dragons. Do they have treasure?
and we'll skin them and take the meat.
Yep. Okay. Roll nature checks for me for everybody who wants to investigate the wolves.
Woohoo!
4.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy, 5.
I got a 20. Not a natural 20. I got 18 plus 2, but I got 20.
Okay. They're normal wolves. However, you do notice that their eyes are no longer red as you open up their eyelids. You're the only one to actually kind of like think about, like, their eyes were red. Are they still red? They look at you, and you open up their eyes, and they're a normal, like, yellowish color that a normal wolf would have.
Before we move on, I also want to see if I can find my rocks and pick them up.
Roll survival checks.
Okay. Hey, that's a good looking number right there. Let me do some math here. That's
Can I
a
just say
21.
how cool it is that we literally exploded a wolf with a rock?
Yeah. Like,
That was in character, by the way.
Magic Stone does more damage than my club.
Circle of the Mountain, man. You don't, or like Circle of Land and Mountain. You don't fuck with any of them.
I like Circle of the Mountain Man.
Someone got
Circle
21.
of the Mountain, man. Yeah.
Circle of the Mountain Man.
I want to be that druid.
Do we have anybody who got damaged and how bad?
I'm a
I'll be
little
fine.
hurt.
I'm good.
Bathurus?
I'll be fine.
Okay.
I think the
Alright.
worst. Roll medicine check real quick.
On me?
No, just in general.
Oh. Medicine is wisdom. Okay, 15.
15. You notice that Malkacha is the most hurt, probably, out of everybody.
Okay. Well, I healed her for 8. And I think she only got hit the one time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was only like maybe because she only took like 9 damage.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, she's okay. Okay. I just want to make sure. That's one of my jobs. I'm the healer. So
I mean, I will fully disclose to you, I'm down 9, but we really don't need to waste a heal on me yet. I still have 21 hit points.
okay. Okay. Plus you can lay on hands, right?
Exactly.
Okay, good. Okay, and also Joy, do you have
Not really.
Okay. Okay. All right, we're good. I have enough heals for.
I can
Well.
heal someone 3 points.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you ever tell Simone if she found her rocks?
Yes, she recovered. It was a 15, correct?
It was 21.
21.
Oh, you recovered all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. No
You had to
problem.
reach inside the wolf for one of them, but
It was gross, but I don't know when I'm gonna need a rock.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Do you continue down the road?
Yeah. I guess that would be.
did we? Just not me, my character, but me. Did we bury the guy who you?
Yeah, Nox took
Okay.
care of that.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
He was sort of half buried already.
Yeah.
Just pushed a little bit of dirt over
I
him.
blessed him and
All right.
did my
Clericy duties.
clericy things.
I just couldn't remember.
Oh,
Alright, then yeah, I'm all up for.
Okay. All right.
We're here. We might as well go deeper.
Okay.
Ah,
Hey, Lamau.
And-
as you continue down the road, so you notice that the forest begins to open up into a great field. Off in the distance, you see a village, far, far away, probably about not that far, but maybe about 1.5 miles away, in this great
Okay.
open field. As you look towards, you enter from the eastern end of the wood, and as you look towards your south, you do notice a flowing river, but the village off in the distance looks far more inviting. Mist does cling on to the grassy field still.
how
but it
far
is not
away?
as obscured as it once was. It is more, you can see clearly.
About how far away is the village?
About 1.25 miles.
Okay.
I spur Butterwolf on to the village of Barovia.
You've named your horses now?
Oh yeah, mine's Butterwolf.
Gonna have to take notes. Give me a minute. Alright, so yours is Butterwolf. This is important, man.
It is.
It is important.
Okay. Butterwolf. Have any of you thought of other names for your...
I haven't picked one yet.
I haven't picked one yet, but I have thoughts about it.
Okay, alright.
Noakes is calling his mastiff Doggo.
Oh my gosh, such a good doggo.
Not Mr. Mephistofeles?
No.
Lucy Fur.
I like Doggo.
Okay, Doggo. Alright, cool.
Doggo.
I always wanted to name a dog Mr. President. Is that when you go to a vet, they have to be like, all right, up next, Mr. President?
Mr. President, we will see you now.
And vets and vet techs love that stuff. It's
Yeah.
great.
As you begin approaching the village,
Come
tall
on.
shapes loom out of the dense fog that surround everything. The muddy ground underfoot gives way to slick, wet cobblestones. The tall shapes become recognizable as the village dwellings. The village of each house stare out from the pool of blackness. No sound cuts for the silence, except for mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets from a distance. Sort of a...
I will head towards the sobbing.
Okay, give me a second here. So you
Hey guys, I'm just turning off my video to see if that helps any.
Oh my god, I can hear you plenty now.
I thought that might help.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry,
we-
guys.
As you guys enter, you're entering from this side of the village at this moment. You begin walking down, but along here, you notice in the fog at this house, a strange shadowed figure off in the distance. It's about, we'll say, 100 feet away from you, as you notice him just standing on the door.
So is it still the middle of the night, or is it like starting to become morning?
Roll a nature check.
15.
You look at the moon, and it may be about 9 o'clock at night.
Okay. Is there anybody out and about in this town?
as you look now, as you're looking now, it seems to be relatively empty. However, as you
Nice.
look down, you do notice the door begin to open, and you notice what seems to be a very pale commoner. The thick brown beard, looking at the hooded figure in front of you. And Carrie,
Yes.
you read lips, right?
Yep.
You can see off through the fog. He says, "Yes. Please come in." The figure walks to the home, and the door slowly closes.
Okay.
It didn't seem either one of them were paying any attention to you.
Can I try and skulk closer then?
Skulk,
Yes.
roll a stealth check.
I will. Oh god. That would be a 14.
A 14.
Mhm.
It's easy enough to. Nobody's really about in the streets to stealth off. I mean, your party notices you, but as it takes you a while,
Mhm.
you kind of turn to your party and you say, "I'm gonna scout out ahead." And as you begin running through the cobblestones of the Barovian village, you do notice that a lot of these houses seem to be abandoned.
Ooh.
Nothing. It doesn't seem that anybody really lives here, and even the house that lets somebody inside of them seems to be boarded up and looks abandoned as well. However, you peer in and make me an investigation check.
Okay. That would be 18.
18.
Yep.
You don't really see anything other than what seems to be a young boy asking who the man was who came into the room, who came into the home. Other than that, there's nothing.
I don't want to steal anything if no one's gonna miss it.
I was stealing important shit, damn it.
Only steal if
Exactly.
it makes people feel bad.
I want to make people feel bad.
Everyone has to have a life mission.
Right. Well,
And his-
Oh. Oof.
now there's my kitty cat.
So, from our perspective, we saw someone open a door, someone close the door, and then we saw Malkacha just kind of skulk off.
No, someone opened a door. They let somebody in. A hooded figure. They closed the door as they let the person in, and Malkacha was like, "I'm gonna see what's up with that."
Gotcha.
Did the hooded figure look like the hooded figure?
Roll a history check.
11.
I got an 18.
Nice.
No, it was different. The hood that sort of, the man that you saw in the woods was a pure black. This one seemed to be a little more embroidered, almost like a deep purple.
It wouldn't by any chance happen to look like any of the cultists.
Roll, no,
Okay.
nothing like it at all.
All right.
Okay. that was a good idea.
Other than that, guys just
If
continue-
I sneak up to the house,
It's really hard to understand you, Care.
Yeah. Super.
We were good
robot.
for like 4 minutes.
Yeah, you were good for like 3 minutes, and then there's. Yeah. Oh, what a bummer.
Sorry, where the figure went in.
I had
So
hope.
it's just the briefest windows of hope.
I know.
It was so clear for like 2 seconds. It was beautiful.
Carrie talking is more horror than anything else. Just let us see the light and then crush us.
What was that?
Something I'll hear in my nightmares.
That was utter sorrow.
Oh, God.
Poor Shrek.
Question.
Yeah.
Is this the direct? Does the sobbing sound like it's coming from further on still?
Yes.
Okay.
As this is,
Okay.
these are the first people that we've seen in this town.
Mm-hmm.
Vathras is going to kind of check with Noakes first, but he's going to just kind of turn to Noakes and be like, I don't see anyone else. Do you think we should knock on that door? Maybe we need to, at the very least, find an inn. I know that there's the crying, but like
It's also very late.
It's about 8 o'clock, 9, not really.
It's decently late.
Well, I don't trust anything going on in this little village.
As you guys begin talking, you do notice actually what appears to be two men carrying a hand-drawn cart down the road, down the cobblestones.
oh shit, I need that cart.
Okay.
Are they headed towards us?
They're heading towards you.
Okay.
Hey, I will get down from my horse and wait there, waiting for them to continue approaching us. I won't go any further forward.
Okay.
I also dismount and I try to keep
guys
my
kinda stand
left
at a-
side of my body forward because I don't want them to see my necrotic right hand right now because it hasn't really healed yet.
You guys are kind of at a crossroads right now. You're at a road that goes west to east, and you're sort of at this area right here, this road that goes north. And they begin to turn north as they approach you. They don't seemingly to pay any attention to you.
Okay.
Hello.
Slowly kind of stop. Hello.
Is there an inn that we might find a place to sleep tonight?
They kind of look for each other. Yeah. Continue, follow this road west, and you'll find the blood of the vine path.
I'm sorry, fine resident.
Of
Could
the
you?
Vine Tavern.
Thank you.
Oh, fine.
Is there
Thank
anything
you.
else?
Judging their name.
Is anyone else creeped out by this?
Very.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. Why?
Yeah, this is like par for the course and half of the Underdark.
Yep.
Yeah. Well.
Goodbye. And they continue
Have a
pushing their cart
good
up
night.
north.
What's in the cart?
What's in the car?
Roll perception to see if you saw.
Yeah. 24.
Wow.
It seemed to be stacks of hay along with a few boxes inside there. It seemed to be just like provisions, maybe.
No dead bodies.
No. Bring out your dead. That's a different village.
Yes.
There's no body.
Yeah.
You couldn't keep out all night, could you?
That is super inside. All right. Do you does your party continue westward?
Sure.
I feel like that's a loaded
Yeah.
question. But yeah.
So did Carrie investigate the house?
Yes, I
Yeah,
wanted
from
to try
window.
and get close enough to try and eavesdrop.
Okay. Because with my criminal background that I had, I also am quite stealthy.
Ooh.
And you're not wearing heavy armor like a war cleric, so yeah, you would not have disadvantage on stealth checks.
No, I have studded leather, so
Yeah. Okay.
At
It's
all.
like
This is
Nux,
good.
Nux, come here. I
Yeah.
think something's up over here.
let's go check it out. So
All right.
Steal stuff.
yeah.
I mean, no. What?
No, we're not stealing anything. But I
Nothing.
do want to know what's going on in this house.
Yeah, me too. That's totally my intention.
Okay, so Malkacha lets you know about what she saw about the small boy asking who the man was in their home.
Okay.
But the mother's back is turned to you on sort of the couch, and she's not really able to discern what she's saying.
Okay.
Continue your stealth checks, both of you.
Okay.
Could you read lips as your criminal background? I'm not sure about that.
No.
Okay. Carrie,
I rolled 27.
27. The boy
And-
continues on saying, like, why does
Yeah.
he want to see her? And he's just really confused as he reads
He says-
lips.
I tell Noakes he wants to. He's asking about why the hooded figure wants to see some female.
Really? That sounds odd.
Is there like an upstairs?
There is an upstairs. Yeah, that's what you're not able to discern.
So okay, can I try climbing up?
That's athletics. Go ahead and roll athletics.
All right. Oh, shitty. I rolled a 5.
Kind of look around for a little bit and try to find an area where you could get your footing and everything into. And you do for a little bit, but the wood of the building is almost rotted, and your foot and your hand kind of just, and you kind of lose your grip, and you fall onto the ground, and it's a loud bang, and you may,
Oh no.
and you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yikes.
Oh.
And
What the hell?
Shit.
you sort of, Noakes, you see the mother kind of turn around.
Okay.
And on top of that, she begins to get up, but all of a sudden you notice into the window frame, bright red eyes suddenly appear right in front of you.
Oh shit.
Oh fuck.
It takes you back.
What do I see of this? I'm still
You see
back. At the
Noakes
horse.
you see Noakes falling back onto the ground, and you see Malkacha just sort of fall down as she loses her grip onto the wooden building.
So I'm too far away to see into the window.
You're you're not far enough.
Yeah, I figured, but I had to ask.
I guess something's happening.
I do dismount and walk, and I don't fully approach Noakes, but I get a little bit closer. I'm like,
Yeah.
Noakes,
You
I-
okay?
I get within like where something is to run out that door. I can get to that door.
right, exactly.
I get within 30 feet.
Noakes,
Okay. Yeah.
What are you doing?
So now there are two red eyes looking at me through the window.
There were. You kind of like, I took the reaction of you falling back as if Noakes fell back as well because it was so sudden.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So I'm going to try to just try to dart off to the side. Just try to find a place to hide.
Okay. Roll stealth. The rest of you who are approaching, roll stealth for me. Malkacha, you as well.
Okay.
Okay, that's 17.
Jesus. 27 again.
Okay, so yeah, you disappear off into the shadows. Noakes, you kind of find your way around the corner of the building and just kind of like where Malkacha, like the eastern end of the building where Malkacha kind of fell off. That's where you just kind of hide off in the corner.
Okay.
However, Barthas, Kayan, and Simone, the door opens, and the bearded man standing in front of you being like, "What are you doing here?"
Simone is out in the street, like attending to the horses
Okay.
while they.
Okay, roll animal handling for me.
Okay.
But you two,
20.
what are you doing here?
So I approach the man. I step forward and I say, I am Vathorus Elfryan, and we are new here. We were simply saw that there was someone who entered this town and entered this house, and
He is
the
a
town
guest
seems
of
very
mine.
yes,
You're
the town seems
looking
very
for-
quiet. Otherwise, we were just looking for a local who might be able to help us.
The tavern is due west of the road. Please leave us alone.
God,
And he closed
Of
the
course.
door.
everyone in this place is so fucking creepy.
Apathy, Bill.
This was Menzo Berenson. I would just set this building aflame.
All right.
All right, what does the party continue? What does the party do?
Let's go to the inn.
Yeah. Since we got caught, it's probably just better that we just go to the inn at this point.
As you continue westward, you approach two buildings. Both are actually well lit from the inside. You see the light coming in from the windows. However, the Blood of the Vine Tavern is due north, and you see another one called Bildras Mercantile. The sparse light from this building spills out from behind drawn heavy curtains. The sound of the door creaking on the hinges reads what you just saw, what I just said. And the building due north, a single shaft of light thrusts illumination into the main square. Its brightness looking like a solid pillar in a heavy fog. Above the gaping doorway, a sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood on the Vine Tavern.
I like the name.
Hey, Mal. So we all know that you have a proclivity of sorts, and you haven't fulfilled that in a while. I'd rather you not steal anything from the inn tonight, as we just got here.
And also,
To the south is that mercantile place. If you absolutely have to, I do need a shield.
I get what you're not saying right now.
Bathurst, I need you to make a religion check for me real quick.
Yes.
This is for the greater good. If she's going to steal something, it better be useful. But I understand. That is.
Oh, actually, no, you don't
16.
need to then. No, you're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Okay. So you guys go into the Blood of the Vine Tavern?
No, I go to where he said the mercantile.
Damn straight.
Okay, there appears to be only one way in and one way out. The windows in the front of the building along with the door. There are windows above as well, but due to your poor athletics, you think it not deemed wise.
Yeah, maybe not. Is it very busy? Like a lot of...
There's nobody in there but
Oh, there's
one
absolute...
man.
Oh, Jesus. And he wanted a shovel, right?
No.
Shield.
Oh, shield. Okay.
You heard shovel. Let's go with this.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's just roll it.
That's
Yeah,
right.
let's
That's right.
go
You
with
heard
that.
shovel, so
All
go
right.
steal a shovel.
And I will look at you very disapprovingly.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, here's your shovel.
Guys, I have a shovel. It's fine.
I don't know
Okay.
why you needed a
I'm
shovel.
going to do something that I used to do all the time that is against my better nature. Are you sure you want to do this?
Oh, suddenly not.
Yeah.
You know what? I better be sure I heard correctly. Was that shield or was that shovel? Yeah, I better go back and ask him.
Okay. And what are you guys doing?
I'm already in the inn.
You're already
me
in?
too.
Okay,
Yeah,
you guys.
we're headed. We all headed to the end.
Okay, I haven't done that in a long time, but. Okay, you guys walk into the inn. And as you do, it's a not well attended inn. It seems to be like of a basic wooden structure building. There is a fireplace that sort of roars off to the side. However, there's only appears to be a few patrons inside. One man off to the side who is sort of, it looks to be writing in a journal, or doing mathematics of some sort of. He sips in a wine, and he kind of sits down there, and he's a very handsome man. Very probably in his late 20s, early 30s. However, it wouldn't look it based on the age of his hair. It appears to have grayed early, almost in a salt and pepper mix. And in a very short distance away from him, you do see 3 women dressed in a very colorful nature. It's not scantily clad nature. They seem to be wearing what almost looks like pirate coats and red, gold trim, and they wear bandanas that kind of come over their heads, and they have these large earrings, and the earrings are not only on their earlobes, but small ones be kind of like going across their head, and one actually has one earring and a chain attached to its nose. And they all seem to be sitting there, and they're having a better time. They're all kind of like laughing and drinking wine and having a good time. Just talking about various things. Not out loud. This not a normal manner, as if they own the place. But the one bartender who is working, as I said earlier, above the wooden bar with a keg right behind him, just seems to be mindlessly kind of cleaning glasses.
I'd like to approach this group.
Which one?
The pirate-looking
with
one.
the shinies,
Okay.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have fun with that.
I just kind of put my hands down on the table, and they're just like, "Wow, you guys have a really cool accent. Look at your clothes. Where are you guys from?"
Girl, leave us alone. We are conducting business. Go away.
Oh, what kind of business?
None of yours. Now go.
Oh, people aren't very nice wherever you come from.
We keep to our own. Now leave us alone.
Fine, fine. She kind of travels, but not far. She stays within earshot.
Okay.
Kane will go approach the non-bartender and just walk by, try to casually walk by him and just see if he can notice what's in the journal that he's writing in. If it's mathematics, if it is
Okay.
know.
Yeah, you look into the journal and you get right behind him, and you do notice the mathematics. However, it is he's bookkeeping. He notices the shadow kind of cast over him, and he's like, "Oh, can I help you? Is there something I can help you with, friend? I'm sorry, I did
Yes.
not notice you."
We were hoping to rent a room for the evening.
What are you? May I ask a question? You don't look like you're from around here. Here,
I get that a
bring
lot.
your friends. Let me sit down. Let me buy you a drink. Please, come.
I
Oh, you
motion to the
So
group.
Vath-
And there's enough chairs that sit around you. It's a rather large table.
Okay.
Bathurst comes over, sits down, looks at the guy's journal, and just goes, "Is your journal also horribly depressing?"
This is not a journal. It's a ledger. I'm trying to run things at the village. Forgive me. My name is Ismark, and the kind of swaggering looking females kind of interrupt and be like, "The lesser," as they stare at him, and they're like, he kind of looks back at them. He's like, "Yes, my name is just Ismark. That's what everybody calls me." Sorry. I offered you wine. Hold on. Give me a minute. Alton, wine for everybody, please. And he's like, "It's 3 copper." He's like, "It's on me. Go ahead. Come on. Bring it. Bring the pitcher. I'll pay for the pitcher."
Would you
Welcome.
happen to-
Welcome. Sorry, to the village. Did not catch any of your names. Oh, strange bunch. I take it. I've seen
Very
anything like you
strange.
before.
With due respect, we haven't given our names.
Yes, and that is rude for me to not ask. So, what are your names? So, I beg your pardon. Any
Kayan.
closer to-
You
Kayan?
may call me Kane.
Kayan. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. And the rest of your party.
I'm Simone.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
So I'm not good at this skill, but I want to do an insight check on him just to see if he seems like the shady type of guy.
Yeah, sure, okay.
I rolled a 9.
I mean, he's not trying to hide anything.
Okay.
So he does seem not only approachable, but he's the only one to actually greet you and bring you manners in this entire village.
Right.
So the suspicion is not unwarranted, but he does seem to be genuine about, his manners.
And he doesn't talk like.
Mm-hmm.
Points for this dude.
And
It is 100% accurate.
and as you come up, the bartender begins pouring. He's like, "Thank you, I appreciate it also." And he's like, "All right, lesser boy." And he just walks away. And I'm like, right.
Is everything all right with him? He seems a little preoccupied.
You're brand new here, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes, one. In Barovia, some have souls and some don't. It's a
Ah.
strange land. They do not. have souls.
Is that something that happens at birth?
Yes.
Or is it...
Some are born with souls, some with not. And some say it's with the souls of those who have died here. It's just folklore. It's tales, you know? Doesn't really happen.
Okay. This place is really depressing.
Well, it didn't used to always be that way from what I am told. But since I was born, it has been so. It is what it is, you know? It's
And
not perfect, but it is home.
And you have a soul.
I do. I was born with one, yes. Me and my sister.
Is it unusual for siblings for an entire family to have souls?
In the village of Barovia, where you're in now, yes, we live under the shadow of our tyrant. I should not say that out loud, but yeah, our lord, I should say. So.
And he is
the Count Strahd.
Do I recognize the name?
No, you would not.
A count, you say?
Yes. Yes, of course. Forgive me, you're strange-looking creatures. Where do you come from? I've never seen any one of your kind before.
We come far from the Underdark.
Never heard of it. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, it's a nice place. Nice. You should visit sometime. Great vacation spot.
Oh, all right.
She's lying to you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know how depressing this place is that we've already talked about and disparaged your home.
Exactly.
Imagine that in the dark.
Yes.
Imagine the worst thing you can think of.
In the dark.
Maybe with Barovia.
I have seen the dead not stay dead come back and attack us. I have seen many things here in this world. So.
I do have a question.
Shake me.
I do have a question.
Of course.
My name is Noakes.
Noakes. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Why do these people call you lesser?
Because my father is the burger. Well, my father was the burgomaster of this village. It still takes some getting used to. I've started to take over things, but they call me this because I sort of lived under his shadow all my life, I guess.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. We still need to bury him. My sister refuses to move unless we do. So,
if you don't mind me asking, what happened?
It sounds strange, but he died of a heart attack because of fright.
That does not sound strange.
Yeah. Are you a party of adventurers, if I may ask?
Depending on the adventure.
Well, we wouldn't be here if we
We're
weren't.
not a party of sightseers. Wouldn't exactly be a
This
perfect
doesn't.
vista.
No, this doesn't seem to be a vacation spot.
No, it's
We're
not.
looking for a man called Rictavio who sent us.
In this
Maybe.
village.
Maybe.
No,
I've
no,
never-
we were sent to a village that started with a V.
Bathurst? I'm just kidding.
Not
I believe-
Wallachia, but it sounded like it.
Oaks.
Oh yeah. It sounded like shit.
Wallachia?
Oh yeah.
Valaki?
Yes.
Yes.
Valaki.
It seems our fates are intertwined, and they brought you here for a reason. I need to bring my sister to the village of Valaki. Oh, interesting. She's to be married. But
Congratulations.
yes, for her. But unfortunately, the roads are dangerous this time around. We have bandits and barbarians about, and I will not lie, a few of the undead.
Lovely.
Yes, it's Valaki is a lot safer and a lot more inviting than this town, I'll be honest with you. As
Are
much
you
as
planning on going there yourself?
Yes,
Eventually.
I do plan on escorting my sister to Valaki. However, she refuses to leave until our father is buried at the Abbey, up north.
I would recommend you do that as quickly as possible.
Well, if you would come with us, then you can meet her and we could discuss prices and terms. And at this time, the women who were sitting at the other booth come up and they kind of... Why don't you tell them the truth, lesser boy? Hmm? Tell them whose bride she really is. Who she really belongs to. And you can see Eastmark's really off-put. And kind of not shaken. He's just like, you don't need to interrupt. We're having this civilized discussion.
We are discussing business. Business that isn't yours.
Oh, burn.
That's just not nice, guys. That hurts.
What that was.
This one is clever. This is a clever one. It does not matter. Madam Eva told us of your arrival, and she will tell us of your death. Our dread lord will see to that.
Excuse me.
Goodbye. And she kind of blows a kiss as they walk out.
Did she just threaten us? Is that what happened?
I don't know.
That was blowing a kiss.
No, with the death talk.
Yes. Yes.
Forgive them. Vistani, they tend to think they own their place. They actually do own this bar, so they do own the place. But everywhere they go, they just leave and come and go this land freely. As if they will. So they call the Count their dreadlord, their prince. And it gives them a little more freedom to do whatever they want here. So, yeah. If you will, we can discuss business over at my mansion. My mansion, no?
Yes, let's do that.
All right, calm down now.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm totally calm.
Yes, Mark. I have to be. I have to be completely straight with you. The lady over there, she has sticky fingers.
You rat.
Honestly, take what you will of the mansion and make it yours. We are leaving it.
You're leaving.
See, now
We
you
are
have
going to
permission now.
Valaki.
But, so you're escorting your sister there and then you're staying there?
Yes.
That's your plan?
That's
Who
the
will
plan.
be the Burgermeister after you leave?
There's nobody, there's barely anybody left in this village, to be honest.
I see.
I do not care.
Okay.
Understood.
And you also notice at the same time, he does carry a sword. It was kind of covered because it was on the opposite side, closer to the wall. But he does have a sword on his hip.
Does it look super shiny and new like it's never been used?
Roll investigation.
17.
It's a well-kept sword, but it's definitely been used a lot of
Yeah.
times. This man's a fighter.
I would assume that anyone
Who lives here?
that lives here has a
Yeah.
sword that's been used a lot. Okay.
But we can also assume this man is very good at polishing his sword.
Damn. Dude, come on.
To the mansion!
We got out of the brothel without any of that, and
That's why it had to happen.
oh boy. Well,
Okay. As
to
you guys,
those- yeah.
as you guys begin walking your way down the over here, you guys exit the Blood of the Vine Tavern and you work your way south end of the village square. And once you pass around here, you notice the sobbing that was echoing throughout the village before is coming from this house right here. And a moaning sob floats through the still gray streets, coloring your thoughts with sadness. The sounds flow from a dark two-story townhouse.
Is that the house we're headed towards?
No, you begin to walk past it, and Ismark says, "Pay no mind to it. That is just Mad Mary. She sobs every morning and day and night for the last."
Is there a reason?
The tyrant. I should stop saying that. Never know who's hearing. But the man, the Archcount, he took her daughter when she was very young, a child. So
And he can just do that.
he often does. If there is a young man who is promising and strong, he takes them and they are never seen again. If there is if there is a girl that he takes on to, he takes her and brings her to the castle. If somebody shows a talent or skill, they are brought up to the castle as well. They are never heard from again. I make him sound bad. And he is.
Very much so.
He's not good, but when he keeps his word, he does keep it. And he cares for this land. Just in his own way. He's a man of his word, I will say that much. Like I said, this land, you look at the sky and the stars and the moon, there's a peaceness to it. But he's a tyrant. He kind of whispers it this time. Come. We'll go over to the mansion. As you continue walking down, a weary-looking mansion squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gates repeat with the mindless precision. Weeds choke the grass and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet against the walls, the growth has been tampered down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish of the walls. Great black marks tell of the fires that have assaulted the mansion. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window. All the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with the stains of evil omen.
Nice place you've got.
It's seen better days, I won't lie.
What are the claw marks from?
Roll a perception check.
22.
You can tell that they're from some sort of humanoid. They seem to be five-fingered claw marks. And the downtrodden weeds seem to be created by what seems to be human footprints of some sort.
I will pose the question to him as well.
The reason why we are moving my sister, aside from her wedding. Let's go. Come on. And as you approach, he opens the door. And as you enter the mansion, the interior of the mansion is well furnished, yet the fixtures show signs of great wear. Noticeable oddities are boarded up windows in the presence of holy symbols in every room. The burgomaster is in a side drawing room of the floor, lying in a simple wooden coffin surrounded by wilting flowers and the faint odor of decay. And you notice a young woman, strikingly beautiful, long red hair, and kind of white but almost sun-kissed skin, very unusual for this land. And she seems to be wearing heavy armor draped in red cloth, and she's carrying a two-handed greatsword on her side, and the heavy armor extends all the way up to her neck.
Wow.
And the armor seems to be made of silver. And she kind of looks to you and says, "Oh, you found people to help us bury father now, have you? Hopefully. Right?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, of course, yeah.
Because I'm not leaving here until I do."
Yes. We'll help you bury your father.
Okay.
Did he give us a name for his sister?
Irina.
Hey, you guys, remember that letter that we found?
Ah.
I don't remember the letter. I don't remember the contents.
Take
I remember
notes. Take notes.
it was
Right
so
here.
fast.
The note was from Irina's dad, or
The Burgermaster.
yeah.
I know it was the Burgermeister Burgermaster. Because I thought that name was so funny that he was the Burgermaster.
It's like the equivalent
It's
of a
German.
mayor. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
German word for mayor, pretty much.
I know, but I just love hamburgers, so
I am the Burger Master.
I am the Burgermaster.
Yeah, so the note said something about Irina, and my notes are very not good about it.
Yeah.
Well, let us take the coffin then, yeah? Who will help me carry him? You don't need to. In heavy armor, it's not a problem for us.
Kayan will step forward.
Okay.
Simone will also.
Okay. And so you all, with
I
Ismark's
can't
help,
do anything.
kind of like lift it up and you begin walking back down the road until you eventually find yourself atop a slot rise. Against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assault of evil for centuries on end, and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises toward the back, and flickering lights shines through holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load.
The church, is it are there any markings to show?
What god?
Yeah.
Roll a religion check.
Okay. That is a 15.
It's old, and it's going to be really hard. It's really hard to see as of right now. You do see what used to be what looked like a symbol of some kind, but the symbol is no longer there.
Okay.
The markings of like old age that would have withered against the symbol.
I see. Okay.
So I ask Ismark, I'm like, so are we taking him directly to the graveyard, or are we taking him into the church?
Let's just see if Father Donovich is in. Yes? And
Okay.
Arena agrees. She's like, yeah, we could just leave. We could leave him at the entrance just for now as we enter.
Then Vathris will lead everybody and walk into the church first.
Okay. As you approach the doors, the heavy wooden doors of the church are now covered by claw marks and scarred by fire.
This not a good place. Nope.
And
Okay.
the doors open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You see the chapel is strewn with debris, and you hear a soft voice from within, reciting a prayer. Suddenly, the prayer is bloated out by an inhuman croaking that rises up from beneath the wooden floor.
Fuck.
What was that?
The man continues to recite the prayer. He is on his knees and just...
I turn to our companions here who have led us to this church.
I
do What?
do not know. I'm sorry. I cannot tell you. I don't know.
Is that a normal thing that happens?
If it is what I think it is, we must be very careful.
Vathris
Yes.
draws his weapons. He doesn't like hold them like menacingly, but he just has them.
He just
keeping
has
them
his
outside.
hands are on his hilts right now, ready to
Yeah.
ready to draw. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
Could be. I don't know. It could be the spawn of a vampire.
That is good to know.
What?
Undead.
The
Bad.
undead.
Oh,
Okay.
For now, I'd like to kind of stand guard near the door, just kind of keep an eye out.
Okay. All right. As you continue forward, you continue down into the hall, and you continue hearing the man utter prayer. And however, you hear that just utter and complete screaming sound come from beneath the floor again, as it just kind of like is rising from beneath the floorboards, as the woods begins to vibrate underneath you, and the man still on his knees uttering his prayer.
Bathurst approaches the man, puts one hand on his shoulder, kneels beside him, and begins to also pray.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, he's smart, my boy, come here. And he notices him, and he comes up, and he's like, Father Donovich. They kind of like pat each other on the back. Oh, thank you. How are you, my boy? I'm good. What is wrong? He kind of looks. Who are the rest of these? The mercenaries that we hired. They're fine. And, I'm sorry that you came to this place. That the cause caused trouble to the village. Is that why you're here? Is that why you're here? I don't understand.
No. We're not here to cause trouble.
We're here to bury someone.
And we're here to help.
I've tried prayer so many times. I've tried prayer. And all of a sudden you hear again from it, Father, I am starving, Father! Underneath the ground.
What is that?
This is horrible.
That was my son.
And no longer.
I want him back.
That is unlikely, sir.
I'm sorry, Father, but that's not how this works.
I know better. I think I want to know. I think I know. But he was a fool to follow them. And I warned him not to raise arms against the Count, but he did not listen. He did not listen. And he just continued. We were all tired of it. How much he takes. Oh, he just treated us. And he promised that if we ever did follow and rise up, that he would do these things. But if we just stayed like he said, none of this would have happened. If we did not listen to that mad wizard.
What wizard?
There was one like you. Who came before. Another one from a distant land. He said he could fight him.
Did he have a name?
I did not know. Doru might have known. He cannot tell us anymore now, can he? No one has heard from this wizard ever since.
Now, your son, is that what we're hearing?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Father, but the best thing for your son right now is for that form that he is in right now to be destroyed.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, persuasion, crap. I'm not great at that, but no, 9.
You are a holy man, are you not?
I am, sir.
What god do you worship?
That's a
story.
funny story. We don't know the name of our god.
He has a name. It's Imdrirn.
Yeah, well,
I read it like Imradin.
Mhm.
You know?
I could not pronounce that, so I've been calling him our god.
Okay, Imradin.
Imerdin. Okay, I'm good with that. Imerdin. Okay.
Perhaps you are right.
My companion here is also a follower of Imerdin, and we are both holy men.
So Vathras kind of walks up to the man, and is there any place that's not a broken bench to sit nearby?
You could thank my son for that. No.
Okay, so basically what Vathras just does is he just walks up and he embraces the man and he says, "Father, this is very important and you must listen. More people could be harmed because your love is preventing you from doing what you need to do. Love is releasing him."
Roll a persuasion check.
20.
You see him kind of like, I think that's what he needed to hear. That sort of thing. That killing him is an act of love. It's not an act of neglected fatherhood. And he begins to... You're right. You're right. Do it. Do it, Paladin. Do it and I will bury your father.
You have somewhere else to
fine.
go. You might not want to be here.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
How can we get to him?
How do we get downstairs?
He points down back to the hallway. It is the second door on the left.
I see.
This one right here.
Yes.
There's a trap door. Here's the key to unlock it. And then Ismark's like, I'll go with you if you want. We can do this together.
Stay here and protect your sister.
She can protect herself.
Make sure that nothing gets out.
Yeah, exactly. And make sure to protect the father.
Very well.
I'm significantly freaked out by the sound of that thing, so I'm going to use 5 points of my lay on hands on myself.
Okay. And Ismark kind of turns to Irina. She's like, Irina, and they both draw their swords. Just, Irina just like, and like just like freaking ready to go, just in case anything happens. And they both, Ismark and Irina, both turn to you and they say, "Good luck and thank you."
Don't thank us yet.
And
Indeed.
you begin working your way, and you open the door in, and you do hear the sound come again up underneath the floor. And you just walk your way over, and it's wooden, and there are trails and pieces underneath the wood. And as you do, you kind of crunch across them. Man, you have a loud ass chair, Kayan. And you begin walking across the stores, and you unlock the iron. It is a thick, heavy chain, and you just kind of, and Kayan kind of just easily just and like tosses it off and opens the wooden door.
He's our muscle.
And as you begin working your way in, everybody here has dark vision, correct?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't.
Oh no.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do.
I
You have,
do?
you have superior dark vision as a drow.
Yep.
No.
She's not
No.
a drow.
No,
Simone.
Oh,
the
Simone?
Genasi do.
Do they?
Yeah. I
Yep.
thought they.
It's a cross the board Genasi thing.
Oh, that's something I didn't see.
And as you begin working your way down the stairs, the church's undercroft has rough-hewn walls and floor made up of damp clay on the earth. Rotting wooden pillars strain under the weight of the wooden ceiling. Candlelight from the chapel above slips through the cracks, allowing you to take a glimpse at a gaunt shape in the far corner, and it is making some weird sounds. As it's just hunched over in the corner.
So the
I can smell your blood. I can smell your blood. And he's just kind of cringing there, like curled up in a ball.
all right. What order are we going down?
I assumed I would be going first, but I don't know if Kyan was going first because he was opening the gate. So I'll go first or second.
Yeah, give me your marching order. So
I figured I'd just hold the door open for everybody.
Okay, so I go
What
first.
a gentleman.
Aw.
Okay, so it'll be Vathras first. I'll go next. And since I'm better armored than Simone, and then we'll have Carrie, do you want to come in either in the middle or the rear?
Yeah, I'll come in the middle, I guess, and I'll prepare my crossbow while I do that.
Okay.
Huh.
All right.
coming in the middle, Care?
Yep.
Okay. And Kayan last?
Yep. And before I go down, I will just mention to Irina and her brother that that one of them should stay by the door in case it jams and we need to get up quickly.
Okay. Ismark kind of like goes over and says, "Good luck." As you're the last one to enter, and you notice the gaunt shape in the corner with the light spilling out of the creaks in the floor above, and him crawled up in the corner, just making the croaking noises again and again and again and again and again and again and again, and it echoes.
Dude, we get it. We smell our blood.
And then he notices the open door, and he begins to rush forward. I need everybody to roll initiative right now.
Okay.
8.
20.
Woo!
20.
6.
Okay.
Okay, got 12.
20 up. Sorry, this is how I do it. 20 up.
20.
Simone first. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna smack him with my club.
Okay, 15 through 20.
And Simone, we're still doing initiative.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Order.
15 through 20. Okay.
Everyone but
10 through
Simone.
15.
I got 12.
Oh my gosh. 3 of us rolled that low?
5 through 10.
Yep.
6.
8.
Oh no! Kayan!
No.
What? Wait, what did Kane rate?
Oh, no!
1?
No.
Oh my god, dude.
All right. So, Simone, what do you want to do off the bat? He has already... give me a minute here. I forgot to pull up the... Yeah, I forgot to pull it up. That's not good.
Is that a nat 1?
Yep.
Oh no.
So, you actually lose your initiative roll, so you don't do anything. I'm just fucking with you. You cannot take an action this round now.
Dick
You can
move.
never take an action ever again. It was that bad. You
Okay.
die.
Okay, so,
You had a heart attack from fright.
Simone, what do you do?
I'm going to attempt to interrupt his charge by smacking him with my club.
Okay.
So I've got a 17 to hit,
A 17 hits.
and that is 4 damage.
Okay. So as you begin working your way off, you actually sort of blocked the path of where he was. So give me a minute here. Here, I'll draw this. So as he kind of rushes across from the other side of the room. You just smack him in the hand and roll damage.
I.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, what was it?
It was 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay. So bap, and he kind of like and like looks at you again, just kind of like standing in place, making it his turn. So he looks to the person who's in the front, being Vathris, and so you're sort of guarding off the entrance there. And he is going to attack you with. Okay, that is a. Let me see here. Where is it? All right, that is a 21 to hit.
That'd be a hit.
Okay, and so you take 6 points of slashing damage. And then reaches again with his claws with a 8. 8? Does an 8
hit?
Does an 8 hit?
No.
Okay, yeah. And so he comes across again, and you just dodge out of the way this time and ready yourself back in form. The vampire is now on all fours, like a rabid animal, just sort of like looking upon all of you, or like the exorcist of Emily Rose, kind of ready to like just crawl in many places. The bones almost seem to crack every time he moves. And you notice that he has a wide open jaw and fangs, and his eyes are bloodshot yellow. Making it Noakes' turn.
Okay. Who is after me directly?
I think I am.
Malkacha.
It's
Okay.
sure not me.
Okay. I just because. Wait. Hold on. Sorry. B. Okay. Okay. I was just because the next spell I cast. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Currently, you're kind of like in the middle of the stairs, so you would have to. You could use your flight. The room is large enough upwards for you to fly over people and onto the stairs, in which
Okay.
then you could cast Guiding Bolt. So you
Okay.
would have to do some movement speed real quick.
I
first.
will do that.
Okay, so you notice that combat's happening. You fly off the middle of the stairs over the heads of Vathris and Simone, and you see this rabid creature just kind of like onto the ground, like an exorcist type of thing. And you then cast your Guiding Bolt. What do you roll to hit?
Okay. Let's see. What's my +6? Okay. So that's a modified 20.
That hits. Roll damage.
And-
And is that radiant damage?
It is radiant damage.
Okay, so every damage die you do double. You add it, but you times it by 2.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. All right. So, so it's 13. So that'd be 26.
26. Okay.
Yeah.
So you notice that the guiding bolts from Noakes' hand just kind of, and you notice the radiant damage just like just streak onto the vampire, and you actually noticed from your last attacks, Simone, the jaw that you kind of hit kind of and like reformed back into shape as if no damage was ever taken. But upon Noakes' guiding bolt, the damage seems. Your damage seems not to have changed, but Noakes' damage seems to be only permanent, and there's no regeneration happening whatsoever anymore. So, making it now. Do you want to do anything else as a bonus action?
Okay, and as a bonus action, yes. Okay. Okay, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Divine Favor on Kayan.
What do you want to do?
And what that does, as a bonus action, it empowers him with Divine Radiance, and until the spell ends, his weapon attacks deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage on a hit.
Okay. All right, that'll do it. Okay, so, Malkacha, what do you want to do?
Okay, I'm in the middle right here, so
Oh, and because of the guiding bolts, the next person to attack gets
Has
advantage.
advantage, yeah.
Yes.
So
Nice.
you need to move about 20 feet in order to attack the creature.
okay, I will do that.
Okay, you work your way down the stairs and you find yourself at the bottom, and you do see the same, like, humanoid creature walking on all fours.
Oh, that is just cool, she says, and then raises her crossbow and shoots.
Okay. You don't take sneak attack damage, however.
No.
So, okay, roll to hit.
All
With
right.
advantage.
Oh shit. Not good. I got 8.
You have with advantage.
Okay, so
roll
10.
again.
Okay. Wait.
10 does not hit.
Okay.
So you miss, and and the creature just, and kind of like you kind of see its forced limbs like crack out of the way.
Oh crap.
Vathris, or Malkacha, did you want to do anything else real quick? Bonus action.
If possible, could I hide behind a pillar?
Yes. Roll stealth.
Perfect. Okay. That would be an 18.
Roll off.
Ooh. 19.
Okay. Vathris, your turn.
Okay. So, the creature's like right up on me, or how far away is the creature?
The creature is about 5. Is it within 5 feet of you? Yes.
Okay. So Vathris has his sword, his short sword, and his scimitar out, and he looks the creature dead in the eye, and just speaks a vow: "You shall harm no one again." And uses his vow of enmity as his bonus action.
Okay.
He now has advantage on all attacks against the creature,
Yes.
and he is going to stab it with his short sword after stepping 5 feet forward.
Okay.
And that is a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
And I'm also going to then use a spell slot to smite.
Okay. All right.
So that's going to be 4 piercing damage. And then 9 radiant damage.
So, oh no, he loses his resistances. No, he does not lose his resistances. So, because your weapons are not silvered, the piercing damage is done by half, so that's 2, but he takes the 9 radiant damage. Did you double that?
I did not double that.
So
So,
that's-
that is 18.
18. So he takes 2 points.
So 20 damage total.
Whoop whoop.
Okay. So you come in with your sword and you see the creature on all fours. You can kind of slash underneath, and there's this big with light that kind of like, if they were up at the top, they saw the radiant like light just kind of flow forward, and your eyes dim a glow golden silver, and your hair begins to like transform into that silver as well, making it. You did your bonus action, so Kayan, you are within the 30 feet. You have to like dash your way down there in order to get there, though. But you are within distance to attack.
I will do that. And then for my bonus action, I will activate one of my uses of Fighting Spirit,
Okay.
which gives me advantage and 5 temporary bonus hit points. So, thank God for advantage. 14.
14 just misses. So you come in with your katana and you see the creature kind of come forward, and you just kind of, and you just miss because his arms just kind of go, and he like his entire body kind of crawls back forward and like goes along with it as well, making it Simone, top of the round, your turn.
That shit is unnerving. I'm going to cast Dust Devil and just plop that thing right on him.
Okay. What does that do?
This is a oh shit, never mind. I didn't see that it was an unoccupied cube that had to be cast upon.
There you go. You can't
So
cast
we're
it.
gonna go ahead and not do that.
All right.
Instead, I'm gonna accidentally minimize my character sheet and not know what's going on. Let's see. Okay, that's taking me too long. I'm just gonna hit him with my club again because I feel like taking too long.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a 15 to hit,
That just hits.
and that's gonna do 5 damage.
That is going to hurt it. And you come in with your club and do you want to do anything as a bonus action?
I am gonna cast Magic Stone on some more rocks for next round.
Okay. And as you do that, the vampire, Doru, is going to come over and attack Simone. I'm going to say a 25 hits.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. So it comes in with its claws. It kind of like clutches back up and like comes back at you, dealing 8 points of slashing damage.
Ouchie.
And now I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Oh, nice. That's a 21.
Okay, you just get out of the grasp as you the claws begin, and you see the vampire go, and it was about to bite into your neck, and it goes, I'm hungry, as you escape. You're just like, fuck.
Cool, bro.
As it tried to bite you, making it, he still has movement, so you notice that as you dodge away and move back within, he begins climbing away and kind of goes off the pillar that Malkacha is up, and he starts climbing up the pillar and onto the ceiling on all
God.
4 of his limbs, and he kind of turns his head backwards around and, goes, and looks straight at you and goes,
I mean, I can do that too. That's creepy.
making it Nox's turn.
Okay, so I'm still aloft in the air, correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna attempt to throw another guiding bolt at it, but at a level 2.
Okay. Clerics, man, they can fuck shit up if they really want to.
And that is a 25.
That hits.
So let me just double check. That's 1 additional d6. That's right. Okay. So that's 16 times 2 is 32.
Boom.
Nice.
How do you want to do this?
So as it whips around and climbs up the thing, and I'm just gonna because I pretty much almost always have my shield out, and I just start pulling the energy in from my shield. It's my holy symbol, and just shoot the bolt straight through him, and watching him just kind of go bleh.
Okay. So you notice the amulet come, and the holy symbol within Nox's. You said it was your shield.
Yes.
You notice the shield. He kind of just goes, and just kind of like, and you see the guiding radiant energy just spray out of his shield, and suddenly it just comes forward and it obliterates the vampire spawn, and not only goes through Doru, goes up through the floor as well, and then you just notice just like this kamehameha of radiant energy just come from his shield, and just you see the Doru just fall down onto the ground, ending combat.
Vathras walks over to the body
Okay.
and turns his short sword straight to the ground and runs its neck through to sever its head.
Okay, as you do that, you it's just like, and as you do, you just kind of and you sever the head. Who wants to do some loot?
Oh yes.
Everyone's looting.
That's yeah, of
Well,
course. But you know,
if you guys got it, I will.
Respectfully.
If you guys got it, Kayan will head upstairs and inform Father. Wrote his name down. That
Donovich.
Donovich. That the deed is done.
Okay. As you kind of look through the bodies, you do notice what seems to be a spell scroll case underneath the boy's tattered clothes. And you pull it up, and it says, "In case of emergency."
oh really?
Yeah. And you open it up, and it's a spell scroll of Raise Dead.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow. That would qualify as an emergency.
You get the feeling that he may have got this from this like insurgency that he may have been a part of.
Right.
The wizard.
The wizard, yeah, the madman. You also kind of find yourself in the corner, and you find a small chest. I'm gonna say Malkacha finds a small chest,
Ooh.
and as she does, she notices about 10 gold pieces inside of there. And with
Okay, I'm gonna pocket 5 of those and be like, guys, I found 5 GP.
You also found a rather large, what appears to be like a journal or a tome of some sort, but it's locked. You can't seem to open it.
Even with a lockpick skill?
Go ahead and try.
Okay. I will.
You can certainly try.
Oh god, I just rolled a 1.
Yeah, your lockpicks break, and you need new thieves' tools.
No! What the
It's
fuck?
now double locked.
Yeah.
Even more low.
But as you pick up the book, you kind of notice like the book breathing.
Oh.
Not right.
I'm actually going to approach Note and ask him about it.
Okay, I'll take a look at it and see if I recognize anything.
You don't really. Nothing becomes too discernible. But however, when she says something about like a breathing book, nothing happens whenever you hold it. But the book has the crest of a raven on it, and in the background a castle.
Oh.
Um,
Didn't Ismark actually say that castle was Ravenloft?
I think he did.
This I don't know. We should probably take this upstairs and show it to him.
Not a bad idea. I guess I'll hold on to it for now.
Yeah. And should I hold on to the Raised Dead scroll as the cleric?
I think that's the best option.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Oh, this book creeps me out.
And you continue
May I
your
see
way
that
upstairs. And as you do, you notice Von Ardonovich. And he kind of looks to you and he says, "Thank you. I appreciate what you've done."
I'm sorry for your loss, Father.
It's fine. A promise is a promise. I will bury Ismark's father.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You begin leaving. However, Father Donovich says, Vathris, correct?
Yes.
I'll talk to you in private. I will be right outside, Ismark, Irina, and the rest of you. And you begin walking your way outside. You're taking Irina, I understand, to Wallachia.
That is the plan currently.
Good. There is something that you should know about the girl. She is not the natural daughter of the Burgermaster of Colion, or the brother. Ismark is not her true brother. She was adopted. And for some reason, Ismark's been obsessed. Not Ismark. Strahd, our count, has been obsessed with her since she was a child. Be wary. That's all I'll say.
I thank you for your concern, Father.
You
We'll
helped
be
me.
very careful.
I shall help you. Very well, let us get this over with. And, you guys work your way outside. As you do, you proceed to give a nice, welcoming funeral to the father, to the father of Ismark and Irina. And as you do, you finish up. Ismark and Irina turn to you and say, "Shall we begin?" And you gather your horses too, so it's not that big of a deal.
Is it possible for us to take a rest before we go?
Yeah, I'm pretty hurt.
Yeah, same.
We can make camp outside the village. There's no rooms here in the end, so sorry about that.
There's
Is that
no,
safe?
there's nowhere to sleep in the mansion.
You can if you want. There's the beds are broken. And
I see. I was just okay. Yeah. If we're gonna go on further, I've been, kind of a little spell happy. I think we might,
Arena kind of turns to you and says, "I have boar. I cook a mean boar." she kind of turns to you and she's like, and you guys make your way at least maybe a mile outside the village. And as you do, you make camp and kind of stoke a fire. Take a long rest, much needed, awaiting the new morning, as it's about midnight now. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Woo!
How was it, guys? Carrie, I'm sorry for the technical difficulties.
No, guys, I'm sorry. I'm hopefully going to be getting some new internet next month, so this hopefully
Awesome.
won't be a problem.
Yay!
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just so glad you're here, and we're all here together. This is so great.
Yes,
Mhm.
this
Yes.
is awesome. This is
You know.
finally
This was a lot of
happening.
fun.
This is finally
know.
happening. So,
I'm just happy that we started out the campaign with the first roll being a natural 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
that was
That
lucky.
was that was
That
good.
was pure fucking luck.
Yep, exactly.
Followed by like 3 2s.
Yep. How was
And
the?
one.
Yeah. How
And no
was,
one.
tell me, how was the balance between combat and social? Was it too much social, too little combat? Too much combat, too little social? What's going on?
That's about
like-
a good balance.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought the balance
Yeah?
was actually really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because Curse of Straw could be a very social game when it comes to
Yep.
it.
That's why it's one of my favorite. That's why I think it's so cool.
Yeah. Okay. And like I said, it's going to be a little bit different, a little bit homebrew, a little bit. It's not the same Strahd y'all are used to. May end up liking him. But
He does this. He's really good with crochet, man. You can't believe the stuff he can make.
And to everybody,
Strahd's a surprisingly
to
likable
everybody in
guy.
chat, thanks for stopping in.
Yes.
This was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you all.
I kind of tuned in. If I saw correctly, we had like 30 people watching at some point.
I
Nice.
saw
Whoa.
20 at some point.
Yeah, 20. Like the
Um,
average seemed to be between 15 20, but
Yeah, we I know for the first I had it open on a separate tab. Fun fact, the chat does not save. Like it's got a cutoff point. I had hoped to be able to like catch it on break and be able to scroll up, but it cuts off. But I saw like I flicked back and forth just to see the view count. We had like 13 to 18 for the first half.
Yeah, and my notifications doesn't have a number right now, so that must be good.
Yeah.
On Twitter. So
That's awesome.
to everybody who followed, let's go through that real quick. Moondust Moth, Walking Virus with the host.
Yay.
Tekken 31 with the follow. Geekspiel with the host.
Yeah.
Thank you, and that's it from the last break we took. Thank you guys so much for showing up. And like we said, Lord Huey's book is on sale. The paperback is $10. on Amazon.com. Bear was posting the Twitch, the link in chat that you guys saw, and then we're going to be retweeting it too. It's called the Ramblings of a Mad Lord. So you could go out and check it there. And then let's see what else. We're going to start doing some dice giveaways, right?
Yeah, we have
we have one right now. Do we? Are we supposed to be announcing a winner today, or is that next?
One
we'll
winner.
work that out next week. We'll start that because we really didn't think that through. So next week we'll do that. We'll say we're going to start next week. Sorry about that, guys.
And can we just like say a big thank you to Bear for moderating the chat for us? And
thank you, sir.
Since we were really just not in there, not throughout the game, you are a man that we all love and we appreciate
so much. Thank you, Bear.
Thank you.
I'll see you Sunday.
You rock,
buddy. Okay, so other than that, yeah, same time, 4 p.m. Friday next week. We'll be here, and the Threads of Fate will travel the roads of the Slavic woods of Barovia. All the mysteries and intrigues.
Dun dun dun.
That we'll all have and share.
Awesome.
Okay, but until next time, I guess we'll see you guys Sunday, and also we may have a layout next week. May not. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna talk to Brian about it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Say goodbye to the chat.
Bye, chat.
Bye, chat.